Greetings and salutations, everyone, and welcome back to the ArchCast once more with my pocket fish, Lumi, of course, as always.
Hello.
And today's guest, Rima Evanstar. Hello.
Hello, everybody. Thanks so much for having me. This is gonna be a blast.
I hope so, as there are many things that have exploded recently, Borderlands being one of them. See,
Oh boy.
it came out in the movie theaters. I hope neither of you have watched it.
No,
Nope.
I haven't.
Good.
Wait, it flopped so hard. It's just very difficult for them to make like good game adaptations. Aside from The Last of Us, has there been like any good like game adaptations that you guys have seen?
Fairly few.
There hasn't been many, to be honest, but it's like this movie could have been an absolute blockbuster hit if it came out like right between Borderlands 2 and 3.
Like the Super Mario movie was kind of okay for what it was, like the recent one, not the one from like the 70s or whatever. Street Fighter remains one of the best movies ever produced because it made some of the best lines ever produced. What
I
else?
guess Sonic was not that bad. People are saying Sonic in chat.
Sonic was
I mean,
alright.
Sonic is good, but it didn't adapt straight from the games. It's just taking Sonic and throwing him here. If it was a video game fucking movie adaptation of Sonic 07, that'd be something completely different.
There was the Doom movie with pre-steroids Rock.
Was it actually good? I don't know.
I wouldn't go so far as to call it good, no, but it was a movie.
You know what? I actually enjoyed the Fallout Netflix adaptation. That wasn't that bad. I was down with the retro 70 vibes they had.
What else? There have been a assload of Resident Evil movies, which have all been, if nothing else, mildly enjoyably B-listy.
Yeah.
I like the first Resident Evil, like the first two. The other ones after that kind of went. I don't want to.
Oh God, yes, I remember now. The Monster Hunter movie. Oh, that was something.
I have not seen that one, and I'm glad I didn't.
It's not very good. Oh, there was recently the Five Nights at Freddy's movie, which actually did very well at the box office.
Oh. Okay, so maybe these companies are they're on to something slowly but surely. Clearly they didn't hit the mark with Borderlands.
I mean, it also helps when the game creators and stuff are actually involved. Like Scott Cawthon was heavily involved with Five Nights at Freddy's, and how he even dropped 4 scripts, where 3 of them are fake, one of them's the real one for the second movie, and people get to guess. So that's a cool way to engage with people.
Yeah, no, he actually made the movie himself, which, it wasn't a very good movie, but it was faithful to the concept, and that was pretty much all everybody asked for.
Yeah. All we ask is that it's faithful to the concept, not gonna lie. The bar is so low. We've been burned too many times.
Yeah, no, honestly, all you really need to do to get a decent payday out of making a video game movie is to make the video game movie. There you go. So it should be fairly easy, but, not always, as Borderlands initially was set for a $5 million box office opening, which is abysmal. It has later been estimated to about 8.8 million. That is the opening weekend, so 8.8 million, which makes it one of the lowest earning movies, if not the lowest earning movie, in cinema history, which is impressive.
Yeah. I'm trying to look up other video game movies. I didn't even know there was a Warcraft movie.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. It was actually so bad, but I still watched it because it's Warcraft.
It has Ragnar from Vikings playing Ragnar from Vikings.
So why did Borderland flop so hard? Like, what did people not like about it?
Oh, there's literally nothing to like about it. It is a mind fuck of a movie. Like, it's like it's anti-matter of entertainment. Like, it's anti-fun. Like, and it does okay. It has this thing where it does a joke for like 5 minutes straight. So there's a scene where they enter a place and there's a big sign saying piss water gully. It's like, okay, pee. All right, that's kind of funny. Then one of the characters goes like, oh, that smells bad. Rolls down the window of the car they're in. It's like, oh, the piss smells bad. Then piss shoots into the car and says, oh my god, I'm covered in piss. Other characters turns around. You know that's piss, right? A third character turns to her. You know that's piss with a little bit of poo in it. And then a fourth character goes like, oh, that's disgusting. It's piss. It's like...
Okay. It's like the worst writing ever, and they think the audience is stupid, so...
Yes. Every joke is first telegraphed, then told, then repeated again, and finally explained. It's like, it's...
Jesus. That's my problem with... Yeah. No, sorry, go ahead.
I felt my face actually growing numb whilst watching it.
Oh no, you've seen it. You've sat through it.
Once it's out on the usual pirate websites, I highly recommend everyone pick it up, just so you can experience it. Because I have actually never had a movie make me almost fall asleep before. That has never happened. This one did.
Yikes. It's like, okay, I was scrolling through the Communist Spy app TikTok and everything, and some Borderlands fans are like, oh, this is me before I went to go see the Borderlands movie, and then they came out afterwards, they looked legitimately depressed. They were changed for the worst after seeing that movie.
That's so funny.
It's like, everyone is too goddamn old for their roles, to be honest. It's like they should have found somebody younger, or they should have made this about 10 years ago.
I feel like that's a lot of the writing problem in Hollywood right now. And I think I was having this exact same Discord a few days ago on my channel. They think that audiences are stupid, so they have to explain every single joke, every single innuendo. Like, gamers actually are pretty well-informed audience, and I don't understand why they treat us like we're dumb all the time.
I think the only semi-funny joke in the entire movie is when Kevin Hart's character rescues Tiny Tina, and she goes like, oh, my dad sent his shortest soldier. And he goes, yes, to rescue his funniest daughter. Like, yep, Kevin Hart is short, and she's not funny. Dead on. At least that's a little bit of a fourth wall break there.
Oh my god, he is tiny.
He's very small. He's remarkably small.
He could have been a hobbit in the Lord of the Rings.
How tall is this man? Hold on.
And this is also on a production budget of reported 120 to 110 million, and then another 30 million in advertising budget. So the fairly standard, about 150 million odd total budget. It was projected to earn 15 million in its weekend debut, which would already have been a disaster. Ended up earning 8. So,
yikes.
Even if they, quadruple their earnings, they're still going to be over $100 million in the hole on this one, which is pretty amazing. Pretty amazing.
You know, and you'd think with so many movies that have been flopping recently, it's like those studios, they don't care though. They just keep on pumping them out. Why? They get criticized for these flops, and they kind of just power through everything.
It's like what I've been seeing with movies and everything. It's like they shelf some animated movies that people wanted to see, but they'll just keep pumping out these movies because it's either diversity quotas, popular actors who want to get their check for it. They still think animated movies are inferior to live action, which I still don't understand. A lot of the most popular movies that have come out recently have been animated.
Well, there is a slow move now to begin to kind of redress things a little bit. That was the recent interesting thing with the Snow White trailer, was that they used to have a bunch of not dwarves at all, just a random bunch of diversity hires as the dwarves, and they weren't supposed to be dwarves, they were supposed to be bandits or something. Now they've replaced them with little CGI creatures that actually look like the dwarves, look like the old cartoon dwarf characters. So there are efforts to adjust, because most of these movies, they need to be planned out a year ahead, 2 or 3 years ahead, and they need to be shooting for another 2 or 3 years. By the time they realize they've got a stinker on their hand, the money's already spent.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, I like that change. I just looked at the trailer a little bit. Yeah, it works.
There you go. This was the old production photo, and how Neon from Clownfish said it was Snow White and the 7 diversity hires.
Yep.
I hate that it's that other that guy that played in Game of Thrones. That made it so they sacked all of the dwarves from that movie and hired these diversity hires instead. It's like he's the only dwarf actor that's allowed to get roles. It's messed up.
See, the beauty of it is, first they hired dwarf actors, and then they fired those because of Peter Dinklage. Then they hired the diversity crew, and now they fired them as well.
Yeah.
It's kind of beautiful, really.
It feels like they created way more harm than good through all of that.
They need to scrap this because it's going to be a monumental loss.
I mean, these guys, they probably got paid, but they're just not going to get paid. Well, they're going to be paid for the shooting days they did, but not for the royalties that the movie's going to earn later on, which is kind of sad because you don't just do it for, the money of you working on set. When you participate in these kind of productions, it's also because, well, you want to see yourself on the big screen. You want to be part of these big projects. It's going to add a lot of value to your name. And it's a little bit sad that all of these people are gonna not get the roles and end up suffering because Disney tried to please the wrong crowd.
It's like, it's bad when, because the Daily Wire is making their own Snow White because, they're just saying fuck Disney. And basically female Ben Shapiro still looks better as Snow White. I love you, Brett Cooper.
She does look more like a Snow White. That's so funny.
And she has past Broadway experience. She used to do Broadway and Hollywood work. And she escaped that and went to the Daily Wire. So she can sing. She has some pipes.
Okay. Well, I do... Rachel Ziegler is not... She doesn't fit the cast of that role, but she is a good actress. I've seen another movie she was in. It was that Hunger Games remake. It was awful, but she was actually good in that movie. I just don't feel like she has the right look for Snow White. I don't think... Yeah, I just don't think she was the right cast. I'm glad they're changing some things about Snow White, at least. Do you guys think the movie will be better received now with those changes, or is there going to be more drama?
There's going to be a lot more drama, I can already tell.
Well, they just need to make her shut up, though. If she doesn't get to speak anymore, there might not be.
There's too much negativity around it right now for it to work. Even if they were to go... the only way they could possibly turn this around is basically if they started marketing this as a conservative product and being like, oh yes, no, we fired all of the diversity people. We're gonna bleach Rachel Ziegler in editing or something.
Yeah.
Then maybe like the conservatives might come out and watch it just out of sheer spite. But nah, they're gonna do a halfway thing where they're gonna kind of like do a little bit to course correct. It's not gonna be enough because this is how these companies work. Like it's gonna take Disney a decade to get back on track if it survives that long.
I mean,
Yeah.
did you hear what Kathleen Kennedy said about when she'll retire from Disney?
Wanted to leave on a high note, yeah.
Yep, she says that she will leave after they have a high note, after a really successful movie. So we're gonna be stuck with her till the day she dies.
Yeah, it's gonna be a while then.
Well, I mean, it might not even be that long. The new Avatar movie is set for what, 2025?
I thought it was 2026.
Ew.
I know they just released the official name for it. It's called Avatar Fire and Ash.
Fire and Ash hits theaters next December.
December 19th, 2025.
I mean, it can't be next December, because next December is literally a few months away, so I'm presuming they're meaning next December.
Well, next December would be, not this December, because it would be this December.
Yeah, but this December hasn't happened yet, Lumi.
Yes, but it's still
the next December. It's the next...
Guys,
Birdfish.
chat, is it
Birdfish.
this December for this year's December, or is next December this year's December? Please,
it's
tell
upcoming.
Archie's wrong.
It's upcoming.
Yes, but it's this December.
We are going to have to bake you.
Shut up.
How well did the last Avatar do in terms of like box office revenue? Did it do well?
Very well.
Enjoyable.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, Avatar, Water and whatever, was a fairly classical story about fatherhood, where he's made his family, he then, the humans have returned somehow, and they didn't wipe them all out from orbit, for some reason, and now he needs to flee to try and save his family, but then realizes that, okay, no matter where I go, this threat remains, and so now he'll need to form some kind of counter-resistance to protect his family. That's a fairly classical and conservative story, surprisingly enough, and the movie was rewarded for it. Now, whether or not it'll really be able to make a mark, see, that's the weird thing about the first Avatar. It sold like nobody's business, but it left virtually no cultural footprint on anything at all. It was forgotten about months after it released.
I mean, the technological breakthrough is what was really interesting in that movie. I think that's like one of the first time that they used this like face. What did they had like mocaps and stuff, and the details of the movement and the facial expression was like never seen before. But yeah, I agree with you. I feel like it's not really something you remember. Especially the second one, it was an enjoyable experience. I love the whole like ocean team stuff. The world building is nice, but it's not something that I think about for a really long time after.
Yeah.
So, when I think about Disney, one thing that really makes me mauled is that they fucking bought the X-Men franchise and then they just killed it. Are they planning to do anything with it? Because if they release a really good X-Men movie, I might forgive them.
Well, they do have Wolverine set up now.
Okay.
I would imagine they'd be passing the torch to someone, because Hugh Jackman is really starting to get on with the years. Like, he could probably do another movie, maybe a series or something, but he is getting too old.
Bro, they're never gonna let go of Hugh Jackman. They're gonna chain him to the franchise until they're gonna make an AI version of him once he's too old, probably.
I mean,
I feel like they're incapable of thinking outside of the box to bring in new talent that can refresh the franchise. They hold on to actors that have done well for them, and it's because of that everything's becoming so stale about Disney.
It is. Like they've got an opportunity. They could do like Old Man Logan. They could do that. They could try to rebuild the X-Men. That's going to be a hard task because the original X-Men movies, looking back at them, they had issues. They're going to need to find people to replace, well, Patrick Stewart and so on. That's going to be hard to make a cast of X-Men that will do well, but at the same time, if they can pull it off, it'll basically be the next Avengers. They could build a major storyline around it, but it's the current year. Would they be able to create Rogue, the sexy, sultry southerner? Would they be able to create Phoenix, the redhead?
It's like what they need to do is come up with new heroes to slot new people into the roles, because it's like trying to reuse the exact same material with brand new faces is not going to work. They need to come up with the next generation of superheroes, but they're just, it's like brand recognition brings in the viewers. I get that, but like they need to move on.
I get scared when you say like the next generation, because I'm thinking it's gonna be another thing like Gen V. Play on word on Gen Z. I'm like, no, please.
It'll be Snowflake and Safe Space.
Oh yeah. Oh God, no. That sounds like a nightmare.
Have you not seen Snowflake and Safe Space when they were released?
No. What?
Hold on, I got you.
Wait, this is not a joke. This is real.
No.
Oh yeah, this was the thing.
Oh God.
Here, this is the concept art for it.
Oh God. This can't be real.
It's real.
But it's not a parody movie.
No, this is Marvel's New Warriors comic.
What?
This is a thing. It's actually a thing.
And they were supposed to be taken 100% serious. This wasn't like the right trying to mock them. This was. These are going to be a legitimate superhero.
No, these gotta be paid actors. Somebody planted somebody from the right planted somebody in that writer room for sure. This can't be real. What the fuck?
There was what was it? Yes. So there's a nice little article here describing some of them. So we can start from the top. Screen time. He was exposed to his grandfather's internet gas. Seriously?
Okay. What?
Yep. He became exposed to his grandfather's experimental internet gas, and now he can see in augmented reality. And he has the power of Google Maps. And again, I'm not kidding. His official power description says, and can instantly Google any facts.
What? You can't make this up, man. This is... Even if somebody wanted to do a comedy skit about this, they wouldn't come up with that line. This is hilarious.
But they did. They did. And then there's the Snowflake in Safe Space. So Snowflake simply just freezes shit. So she's got the most useful power out of the bunch, I guess.
Yeah.
She can materialize snowflake-shaped shuriken projectiles for throwing.
Okay.
So that's something. That's a weapon.
Cool. Yeah.
Her brother, however, Safe Space, is probably the most useless superhero. He can materialize pink force fields, specifically pink. But he can't be inside of them. It only works if he's protecting somebody else. They are also described as hyper-aware of modern culture and optics, and they see their superheroics as post-ironic meditation on using violence to combat bullying.
God, my skin is recoiling. I'm shook. I don't even know what to say about this. And who came up with this shit?
Well, Marvel, apparently.
Why is this hyper aware of modern culture and optics?
You know, the only twin
Why?
superheroes that I enjoy is Masimenos from Teen Titans. Those are the only two I enjoy.
The next guy, B negative, is fairly standard. He's just a vampire goth kid, so.
Okay, thank God.
And then there's Trailblazer, who's a fat Indian woman whose superpower is a bag of infinite stuff.
She has a bag of holding. That's all she has?
Yes, however, she's not in power of the bag. She can't put anything in the bag. She claims to get the power from God, but not the God you're thinking of, and she can pull out useful or random objects.
Okay, so it's like an endless magical bag.
Yes, her superpower is a magical backpack that produces random stuff.
Okay, so it's a bag of holding with a deck of many things aspect to it. I got it.
Pretty much.
Okay. I'm guessing they're gonna add some comedic instances to her pulling out like random stuff in pressure situations, but it kind of sucks. Like, imagine you could have any superpower and you get stuff with the fucking magic bag. It's not even like part of you or anything. It's just an item.
Yeah, like, okay. So we've got one guy. It's like, what is your superpower? I can Google. Okay.
Yeah, everybody can though. I don't get how that's a superpower.
Weird, but I mean, that does give you access to the entire world's knowledge, you know, at the mercy of Google's algorithm, sure, but still.
Yes, what did the Nazis look like? Oh, you know, this black woman and this Indian man.
See, that's the funny thing. Like, his power is Google, okay, but Google is not necessarily the font of wisdom you think it is.
Yeah, and it's also like a corporation. It's also not as woke as they think it is.
At least it's a superpower, right? You know, you've got a vampire, that's a superpower. You've got a person who can freeze stuff and a person who can create force fields. All right. And the fifth member of the crew, what's your superpower? I have a bag.
Yeah.
Great.
Great. So you're gonna be on the B team.
But yeah, this is the new generation that Lumi is like, wow, this'll really smash those box office records.
This one. Not this one. There's
Yeah,
so
move
many
over, Rogue.
superheroes.
Safe space needs to take up some space here.
The name Safe Space is so cringe, man.
See, like, the problem is there just isn't a new crop of superheroes because they never made one. Like, we're still using Batman from the 30s. Like, we haven't created a good replacement. And DC was actually in the process of making replacements with things like Justice League Unlimited and Young Justice, but they never put the money and effort into it. So that kind of crashed. And Marvel's new heroes is what? Captain Marvel and the brown version of Captain Marvel? There just isn't a new crop. Like, I guess you could revolve the X-Men a little bit. You know, add in Kitty Pryde, Iceman, who's gay now, of course.
What? But there's a ship between him and Kitty, I thought. Or him and Rogue, no?
Oh no, Iceman's gay now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Didn't they try to do something with Blue Beetle that just kind of flopped?
There was this rather famous panel where he's just like, what's happening? Like, dude, you're gay.
What's happening, Bobby? You're gay.
I hate when they change the source material, though. I feel like there must be more superheroes that have been made by the DC comics that we haven't made a movie about yet, right? Surely.
I mean, absolutely. There's a whole ton of them, but mostly people don't know about, so you'd have to take a big risk on like creating the new brand. And to be fair, if you build the X-Men, let's say we are doing like later X-Men. So we make up a storyline, Charles Xavier's dead because of something, some catastrophe. Magneto's dead, the world's in peril, turmoil. It's up to Logan to create the new X-Men. Okay, cool. So he has to go out and recruit some new people. And then you can introduce, again, Kitty Pryde wasn't used that much in the movies, so you could do her.
Yeah.
X-23, definitely, you could bring in her. Iceman was in kind of those movies, so you could maybe bring him in. Colossus, he's been in the Deadpool movies. People kind of like him, and he's a very simple character.
Yeah.
So you do have options, but again, the issue is you're actually going to have to create good characters, and that is one of the big issues of modern entertainment, especially when it comes to women, because currently Hollywood could only write one woman, the strong female woman.
I'm wondering if it's the writers and administration of these studios, are they just boomers and that's what they believe the new generations want to see? Because even like the whole safe space thing, that's really falling out of trend right now. Even like a lot of people just mock that word, so I'm really surprised that they're making a character named after that. Like, are they not catching on with the vibes, or are they just like 10 years too late on everything, or is it actually just young people in those jobs that are steering the wheel into this direction? Like, what's going on? What's you guys' theory?
Well,
HR departments.
Safe Space and Snowflake were introduced in 2020, actually. So they're old news. They have been thrown in the dumpster and forgot about. But like,
okay, that was in 2020. Okay.
Yes. So it's like
the thing is, these companies have long since been infiltrated by people who have a political agenda with this. They're the ones who have convinced the executives that people totally want this stuff. And once they did that, they then started the wheels rolling. That's why we now have like 5-6 years of this entertainment, because these studios don't give up after one flop. They believe that they need to construct the market, right? They think that there is a huge market out there who loves this diversity stuff, and if they can only reach it, then they can throw away that old, filthy, tiny little geek market and embrace the whole world.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering, and I think you really hit the mark there. Yeah, they don't give up after one flop, because I would think, well, you know, the money generated by this movie would be a good reflection, and it would tell them that, listen, people don't really want to see that. But no, they just keep on going.
Yeah, no, they think that there's a huge audience out there, which they are continuing to pursue.
Well, they're gonna keep on looking for it for a long time.
At least for a little while longer.
Yeah.
Though I think we are starting to turn things around. Like there's been a lot of recent, like the Snow White doing a non-diverse dwarves, Madame Web going weirdly for sex appeal and not marketing it as such. Like they're definitely starting to turn in the right direction again, but a company like Disney does not spin on a dime.
But Madame Web was a flop, no?
Yes, very badly.
Okay, just making sure. It's just because I guess that's one kind. Did she even exist for real, this Madame? No, they just made her up. They just keep on making movies on things that we in superheroes that we just, no one asks, no one cares about them. So yeah.
I think that's the main reason why a lot of people, well, executives and everything, want to keep with the names people know, is because if they take a character that not a lot of people know about and then they change them, and then the old fans are like, what the heck did you do to this character? And the new people are like, oh, well, this character's boring now. So it's like a never-ending cycle of change an old character that hasn't been featured a lot, kill them before they can actually shine, and then never use them again and go back to status quo. It's like they're setting themselves up to just never use underused characters.
Okay, Chad is saying Madame Web is an existing character from the 90s. I guess she just didn't have like the fan base to, carry the franchise. And I get it that it's much more safe to invest in a movie they know has a dedicated fan base and they know it's going to regenerate, generate revenue. That's why they do like every time there's one movie that pops off, there's like 5 sequels to it. But it also leads to audience being, tired and exhausted, and every movie kind of just is the same.
It's like, here, let me show you a picture of 90s Madame Web. There you go.
Oh, okay, she looks way different.
Yep. There's a few different iterations of Madame Web in the old comics, but it's not really anything like how they depicted her. I think she was also in the old Spider-Man cartoon as well for a little bit. Yeah, here.
Okay, she's much older than in the movie.
Well, this is one of the problems with the marketing. The recent X-Men 97 cartoon was actually pretty good, but it too became a pretty large flop because the creator decided to go onto Twitter and go like, oh, this is a very progressive show, and everyone was like, oh, okay, not interested then. But it wasn't. There's very little progressivism in X-Men 97, practically none. It's just a fairly honest adaptation of the old show.
Oh, it looks, someone said Madame Web is based off of Stan Lee's wife.
Ah, an old shrew that can see the future.
Yeah, I think I watched X-Men 97. I'm trying to see if that's the one that I watched. It was... Yeah, that was pretty good.
Yeah, it did a good job. My main complaint is honestly that it was a little bit too faithful to the original material, because it just dumps you in at, like, season 9 or something of the original show and expects you to remember what happened 20 years ago.
Yeah, give us a little recap, a little synopsis first.
Yeah, because they drop the whole clone of Jean Grey thing just in episode, like, 3 or something. Like, holy shit. I missed something, clearly. And they go like, oh yeah, Mr. Sinister did this in season 3, 20 years ago. Like, oh, well.
Shit.
Okay.
My bad, I forgot. Yeah, the other problem with is they need to not let anybody that's working on this production to say their opinion online for some reason, because it usually brings more bad than good. I thought it would be part of the contract or something. Like, for example, back to the Snow White story, it's just most of the controversy came and people started looking into it. Well, first people started looking into it because there was already a bunch of red flags, but then Rachel Ziegler opened her mouth and made things like 10 times worse by admitted that she didn't like the movie, she didn't watch it, and then she said she basically alluded to having to wear a dress for 14 hours a day being too damn difficult work.
Yeah, they do need to start shutting these people up. Like, this is one of the reasons why we are currently seeing the death of celebrities. Because back in the day, we could all imagine that the celebrities were these perfect people who agreed with us on everything. Now, you look up Mark Hamill's Twitter accounts.
Oh boy. He needs to get off of social media. He shouldn't be allowed to talk anymore because dear fucking God.
Yes, yeah. And you start realizing that a lot of these actors are actually not particularly intelligent people.
Yeah. Ew. Mark Hamill's Twitter banner now is the Harris Walls shit.
Wait,
My
show
dude,
me?
please. Here, hold on. I'll post his here.
Oh God, it is.
We got Harris and the horse fucker. I'm sorry, Rima.
Lovely.
Hey.
No, no, he didn't fuck a horse. He just drank a horse's semen, I guess.
Oh.
I'll still call him a horse fucker, though. It's close enough.
He's been going off the rails for a while.
Really?
Oh,
I don't know about him.
Oh yeah, he's been.
You don't know about Mark Hamill?
No. Wait, what did he play into? What?
He was the Joker. He was the Joker.
Oh
in
yes,
Batman.
He was fucking Luke Skywalker, you weirdos.
Oh, he was Luke Skywalker. No way,
Yes.
I loved him as Luke. What the fuck?
Hell.
Oh. Man.
Okay, this is how you just ruin somebody's illusions. That's the things though. It's because, like, it's people develop this idea of how, you know, actors and celebrities are behind the scene by watching them through several movies, and a lot of the time when they portray characters that have like really good trait, we also think that they're gonna have those traits too. Maybe they're a little similar because they played up so well, and we start getting these ideas of how they are, and then they turn out to be completely different. That's why it's probably never worth it for them to be so vocal on social media. Oh my god.
It's like Mark Hamill is a very hate-filled man, and it's sad to see because he really started spiraling after the Trump assassination attempt.
Mm.
He was legitimately angry that Trump did not get hit.
Mm.
Yeah, actors should not have social media accounts. Or if they should have, they should be as heavily curated as those by the official little VTuber ethos of the big corporations. Women must be put in chains and controlled strictly.
It should just be like, yeah, you just talk about the work you're doing, and I mean, I get it too. He's probably thinking, oh, I have such a large platform, I must put it to good use, and he feels like his influence is worth putting it to a cause that he believes is right. I kind of get that, but at the same time, it's just never a good idea. It just never is, and it also affects the project you're working on, not just him. And you know, if a production flops, well, all of these people that worked on it, they're not getting hired again, and they probably need the money more than he does. So really, it's a little selfish.
Well, he's got his, so he doesn't care.
Did you see the comics for Kamala?
Comics
No.
for Kamala?
Yep, Ben Stiller is saying that every white Jewish boy wishes that he was black.
What?
Ben Stiller, Jason Bateman, Patton Oswalt, Kathy Griffin. Oh, really? They dug her up again.
Yep. I only
Okay.
know 2 of these names.
I only know Kathy Griffin because of the whole severed head incident.
Yeah, I seen that making the rounds again.
As it should, as it should. Oh, and speaking of controlling people's social media influences, this is a lovely moment to segue on to the Hololive thing.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Because if anybody out there is thinking like, oh, all of that traditional entertainment is failing, at least I have my virtual ethos. No, you don't.
I mean, hey, at least for the Hololive girls, for what I know of them, and I don't know much, they don't do the ethottery.
They
like
do.
indie VTubers, or at
They
least the
absolutely
English
do.
ones.
They just do it the other way. They're all ethots. You're an ethot. You're all ethots. You know why? It's the selling of the fantasy. In the case of the pure idols, they're selling the fantasy of the pure idols.
You know what? Fair. Are you an ethot too, Arch?
Nope.
I mean, the amount of My Little Pony live streams says otherwise.
Yeah, that's not ethottery. That's literally bestiality. It's different.
You know what? You're right. That's worse.
Well,
If I'd go
I've
somewhere
spoken
else.
about parasocial relationships a lot on my channel, and I actually think that males play into that more than they think. You might not think so, Art, but your audience also has a parasocial relationship with you. I dubbed it the great friend experience. So people like even Moist Critical or large YouTubers like that, they also sell like an ideal, and their ideal is just the way their audience connect with them is they just think they're their friend. They come across a topic and they think to themselves, what does Moist Critical think about this? You know, and
Oh yeah.
so I really feel like it's, if you're a public figure, whether you want it or not, you are selling an ideal and you are selling into some kind of fantasy to your audience.
Hold on,
He's
I'm
like
trying to remember the name of one of the ponies from My Little Pony to illustrate my next point.
Ark is becoming a brony.
He already is one. Have you seen his recent
Really?
live streams?
No, wait, does he actually talk about My Little Ponies a lot?
He's also he's gonna be doing a My Little Pony Smash Your Pass as well.
Really?
Yeah, he's not beating the brony allegations.
There we go, perfect example. So, the parasocial relationship. This is a very fascinating part of entertainment and YouTubing because it is one of those things with the human brain that we are only now beginning to understand, and we're only now beginning to understand the possible ramifications of them. So everybody has a parasocial relationship when you are a public figure. I mean, we've even measured the relative differences, where it turns out that people have parasocial relationships with people on the radio, with people on the news, on the television. And the strongest of them all are with YouTubers. They are stronger than with celebrities. They are stronger than with radio hosts, with any other group. And it is because we put ourselves forward as just regular people that they can talk to and hear regular people's opinions.
Yeah, the authenticity.
Yes. And a lot of people are deserving of that. I am deserving. I don't know about you two. You're females. But there's also a lot of people who have started realizing that we can abuse the shit out of this. The Mr. Beast thing recently is the best example. He built a company around the idea of selling the dream. To be like, hey, you can be a part of my channel. If you buy a t-shirt, I'll give you $100. I'll put it in the package. You'll be a part of the authentic Mr. Beast experience. Like, you can win too. You can be on my channel, be in my show, etc. And that was targeted at children as well, who had no defense mechanisms against this whatsoever, making it extraordinarily exploitative. The female part of it too, like it's you are right. Men do it as well. It's an inevitable thing.
Yeah, it's inevitable. It's not like on purpose. It just happens.
Yes,
I
but
think
companies like the Hololive, that is absolutely on purpose. Like, they are presenting the ideal of the perfect idol, the pure girl, the anime girl. Like, Kizuna Ai, who kind of came up with this, had one of those brilliant lightning flash ideas where she thought, why don't I just be an anime girl on the internet? It's a fucking fantastic idea. But no, it's one of those ideas that is so simple when you think about it. Of course that would be popular, but nobody else had thought about it. And it has now spawned about 5,000 others.
Yeah, I mean, not every Hololive Girls is portrayed as a pure idol. There has been talk, though, that now it's shifting a little bit more towards that. But before, it was a little bit more authentic. Like, actually, my favorite VTuber, Marine, really doesn't fit that mold at all. And she actually says that she would never get hired again because, the culture in the industry has changed so much. But she's just so funny. She makes so many sexual jokes, but, like, her audience, it's not the same kind of vibes and simping as, like, other people who play into lewdness or like lewdtubers have. It's really just hilarious. Like that anime trope of the guy that's always like thirsting after a girl. that's what she is, but as a female. And because she's so unique, she's one of the most popular VTuber right now. So people do like unique concepts, and they are interested in something that's more than romantic. Like, I truly believe that we can shift away from the simple girlfriend experience, but by providing something unique and something a little bit more mature. She's also a little more mature. But also, I gotta ask your opinion on this My Little Pony. What do you think of this one?
Let's
Oh,
see.
perfect. I have a pony too. Hold on, let me put her up. I have a pony too.
We're gonna bring
I
that
have
one
a
up.
pony,
That's a very
so-
good My Little Pony.
Yeah. You gotta bring it on stream.
And unfortunately, I have a My Little Pony too.
No way! We all have little pony.
We have pony Sona.
So smash or pass.
I don't even remember where I put mine now. It's gonna take a while to dig that one up.
Well, I gotta find mine. Hold on. But while I find mine, I will yap a little bit. It's like the one thing that unfortunately gives a lot of VTubers the ethot label is because the girlfriend experience unfortunately brings in the most amount of money. Which is why when I seen a thread go around saying, "Oh, why can't we normalize like VTubers being in relationships?" And it's like there's a lot more people than I thought that would actually, announce they're in relationships, but I'm in one too. My audience knows of my boyfriend and everything. Half the time they like him better than me because he knows a lot more things and he's a man. But that also helps bring in some more, opinions on various things. But people want to think, oh yeah, I have a chance to be with that VTuber. I'll give this VTuber more money so she acknowledges me more. And it doesn't help with the menheras towards other male VTubers, which honestly, they can be a lot more horrifying compared to men trying to get the attention to female VTubers.
Yeah, and it's crazy because the girlfriend experience is really not as controversial as, or people don't see it as controversial at all. It's because it's so widely adopted. Like, agencies who are supposed to be super sanitized and they don't want any controversies, they're not going to collab with people that are remotely controversial. Especially the newer corpos, like not necessarily Hololive, but or Niji Sanji even, but like the smaller but established corpos, they almost solely hire girlfriend experience VTuber right now. And it's crazy to me that this is more widely accepted than, for example, what we're doing.
Well, there's a lot of lonely men out there.
It's why V-Allure is so popular, honestly.
Oh, is it doing well? I haven't really followed their progress.
They are doing extremely well. All the girls have over 100,000 followers. Well, subscribers on YouTube now, I believe. Jesus.
That's your pony! I thought I just Uno card you guys, but you all have your own pony.
We all have our own pony.
That's so funny.
Everybody has ponies.
For me, the girlfriend-boyfriend experience thing was never something that remotely interested me, so I have a very hard time putting myself in the shoes of somebody that's really into that type of content. But I have spoken to some people that were really hooked on it, and all of them have the exact same like childhood story where they grew up having very little friends. They usually went through something kind of traumatic, and it's just really sad because then it makes it feel very predatory towards these people that are not in a place in life where they're content, secure, and stable. Yep. And it's like given power, but power is not always wielded in the right way. It can fall in the wrong person's hands, as we've seen lately with all of these YouTubers getting outed.
And by the way,
Yeah.
chat, the N stands for Norwegian, you filthy racists.
Oh, wait a second. That's so funny. Oh, that one's so cute.
It is
I love that one,
cute.
Lumi. Yeah, very cute.
Thank you. I love my little sea pony.
Yeah, I love Sea Pony.
But, like, again, this is the thing, right? There is absolutely abusive ways to do the whole VTuber thing. And there are a lot of people who do it in abusive ways. There's a lot of YouTubers, regular people that do it abusive ways as well.
Yeah.
But one of the things that's interesting is this has been a rather cultural landmarky thing. Like, unlike Avatar, VTubing has had an enormous cultural effect. And very recently, well, a funny company invested in Hololive. Blackrock bought up a small amount of the shares, just 0.56%, mind you.
Okay.
But Blackrock is a DEI company. It is a politically motivated company. And they have all kinds of rules and regulations, usually, about how people get to behave on political topics. Now, you might also say, like, oh, it's just a tiny share. Yeah, it is. But the thing is, the size of the share is largely irrelevant for BlackRock. It is the fact that it is BlackRock, that it is a $1 trillion investment company. They can go up to any company on Earth and go, so, we were thinking of buying into your company. And they will have that company on its knees licking their fucking shoes.
Wait, why? Because they're like, oh, they might invest a lot more?
Yes, BlackRock, let's see here. BlackRock manages about $10 trillion in assets.
What?
It is one of the largest investment companies on Earth. It is beyond. It's such a quantity of cash, it is impossible to even imagine. So when they come knocking on your door, like Amazon would kowtow to these people.
Wow, and what else have they had their hands in? I'm not very familiar with them, but I've seen people freak out about them.
BlackRock has their hands in virtually everything, and one of their main things is that they were one of the first forces to push DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion, as a company standard, which is a explicitly socialist political value, and tends to ruin things. And this then comes on the heels of Minato Aqua announcing her graduation. Now, it might not be related, but there are a bunch of rumors coming out suggesting that there have been new rules on what they can talk about, what they can say, etc. Which
Oh no.
seems like very suspicious timing.
And also, it doesn't exactly help that Hololive is opening a branch, like their EN branch in California.
Yeah,
So-
they're gonna have their office in California. I mean, that might be just because it's the center of like the entertainment world too, but and yeah, it's true that I've heard a lot of the VTubers. Well, my wife, Hosho Marine, namely, has been talking a lot that she feels like she's suffocating because she's had a lot more restrictions lately, like a lot more rules. So I'm wondering if that has something to do with it. I'm scared. Not my waifus. No.
I hope it doesn't go into like, any more than just having a part of a percentage into Hololive, but if I see that share number go up, I'm going to start being concerned.
They could have also just bought it because, I mean, the stock price is really discounted right now. It's like the time to buy.
This was right before the stock started crashing.
Oh, yikes.
And it's entirely possible that it is just a bit of stocks, because the company is like, okay, this company's been doing fairly well, we're just going to buy a little bit of it, and there's nothing else going on. It's entirely possible. But trillion-dollar hedge funds like BlackRock very rarely do anything without a plan. And this, like, what they will often do is they will buy up a little bit so they can get in the door. Then they can start having meetings. And as you say, they're moving to California now, which is also very weird. California is not a very good place to be, taxes-wise. Like, you've got access to a lot of the entertainment industry, sure, but this is kind of the YouTube problem, right? Where Susan Wojcicki, which I am trying hard not to make any jokes at her expense, but Susan Wojcicki did some really dumb things with YouTube. She allowed mainstream media to become authoritative sources, so CNN and Fox News would have automatic advantage over regular YouTubers because they were the authoritative sources. This, from a business perspective, is ridiculous because YouTube was on the way to fucking replace CNN and Fox News. They didn't need to kowtow to the industry, they could replace it. Hololive is in the same position. They don't need to go begging to California. They're in a position to start replacing California.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, that's a good point. I've never heard it. Never heard that talking point before. Yeah. It depends. I thought they just wanted like a pieta, like a landmark in California, so they could just operate easier from there. Not necessarily because they wanted to get into the culture, but it's hard to know with the little information we got so far.
Like, setting up an office in California with all the taxes, all of the costs, the fact that they sent one of their CEOs over and his car was immediately broken into.
No way, dude.
No, that wasn't a Hololive executive. That was Mihoyo one.
Oh, okay.
He came over to California, and then his rental car got broken into and robbed.
Welcome to California.
Yeah. So it's like, this is not a move done... Like, either it's done out of just ignorance of the position they're in, or it's because of other external factors. And I rarely think these things happen in a vacuum, so... Who knows? It could all be sheer coinkydinky-winkies, but,
Yeah, we'll see. I give it 2 years until we start hearing more, because I believe the office is supposed to be opening in, like, late 2025, early 2026. If I remember correctly.
We're gonna have to keep tabs on that. I just hope they make the right decisions. That would really suck if, the VTuber scene would dramatically change, because what's nice about it is that it doesn't change. It's almost like stuck in time, and it's unaltered as well.
It's like, unfortunately, VTubers, specifically big corpo VTubers, are making a lot of money, which is going to make investment companies, especially English ones, once they start opening English branches, to want to throw their hat in the ring. Because so far it's only been Blackrock, but we still have JP Morgan and Vanguard to worry about as well. Those are the big three investment companies that are really into this whole DEI thing right now. So it's not just Blackrock. We got two others we have to worry about.
I just hope that since my hobbies are being ruined, everybody else's hobbies are ruined too.
No.
Fuck
Stay
you.
away from us.
Stay away
We'll
from
all
the
be
cringe
reduced together.
You're all gonna be as miserable as I am.
Only then can we prosper.
The indie scene is already miserable. Let us have the one shining light that is some corpos. Granted, I don't watch corpo VTubers. I hardly watch VTubers at all, honestly.
Really? I thought you'd watch. Well, I don't know. It's hard to watch a lot of other content creators when you're a content creator yourself. You just start running out of time.
Yeah, between actual work and streaming myself, I don't have time, but I will listen to your videos while I'm at work because they're beefy and you're fun to listen to.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. I also watch my wife, Honey. She's fun. Granted, she's been sick the past couple weeks. She needs to get better. Her little pay pigs keep coming to me. I'm like, please, go spend your money on her.
Aww.
And yeah, that's about it. I just watched two.
Which is
that's
a good
all you
opportunity as
watched,
well
too?
to point out Rima's channel. You can reach it by clicking the fancy little link in the description of the video, if it's working. It's always a fucking crapshoot, but maybe.
It's working.
Oh, goody.
Nice. Thank you so much.
Rima makes good stuff. She makes stock you style videos. She keeps herself up all night to make sure things are done. I seen your post yesterday. You need to get more sleep, woman.
Yeah, it's okay. My power went out and I was forced into sleeping.
Good. I will do unsubs if I see VTubers for Kamala. Do you know how many VTubers? No. Actually, hold on. 97% of VTubers are so far left-leaning it would make normal lefties blush. The majority of VTubers are extremely left-wing.
No, I don't think so. Actually, it's the other way around. Most anime fans are right-leaning.
Well, it's like the majority that I've seen, mostly the indies, are
indies,
very
yes.
The majority of indie VTubers are extremely left-leaning.
Yeah,
the ones who are actually making it are more so center to right.
True. Yeah, I'm not sure why though. There has to be a correlation somewhere, but I don't know what.
I believe it's. I know I talked about this point before. Fuck, my brain's frying. But guys, Rima is one of the best VTubers. She is amazing. She is great.
Thank you.
I will support my horsewife.
Oh, thank you. I'm not even gonna say anything about the horse comment. I'll let it slide this time.
It doesn't help when your fans are called cloppers, Rima.
Well, they wanted to be called that. Just give them what they wanted.
And I know what that word means now.
Uh-oh. But I do want to ask something. Going back to the whole girlfriend experience, or like the idol culture fantasy. I've asked this question in my chat, and I want to ask you guys' opinion on it. The way I see it, it's kind of like, when you're pandering to that kind of fan base, it's almost like an alcohol store selling alcohol. So what is their responsibility compared to the responsibility of the person buying the alcohol? Because you could buy a bunch of alcohol, become an alcoholic, have to remortgage your house, destroy your family. But is the person selling the alcohol the one to blame here? Or is it the individual? And that's why I'm having a hard time sometimes condemning that practice. Or there's surely like a, I don't know, like a somewhere along the line, like a maybe 50s, 60. No, I can't say 50-60, but a 60-40% blame or something.
Yeah. It's like how I see it. It's not so much like the store selling alcohol. It's more so picking up the product and completely ignoring the warning label that's on it. Honestly, there should be some sort of disclaimer, like how cigarettes and alcohol now have to put the doctor's warning on. Oh, consuming this will damage this, this, and this. People need to consume that type of content responsibly, like the adults that they are.
Yeah.
Because, yes, they'll say, oh, well, they keep offering this, this, and this, but it's your responsibility to not, overindulge. Because it's like, you can be addicted to anything. It's like how some men are addicted to OnlyFans girls.
True.
So, it's like they're putting out a product, but they need to somehow give a small disclaimer on, there's no actual chance that I'm going to date you type of thing. Will it ruin the thing? Sure, but at least you can say, I put out that warning, they're ignoring it. But that's just me being an ethical person.
Mm-hmm. What do you think, Art?
Well, you see, I'm a Norwegian. We have a thing called the wine monopoly, where the government has a monopoly on alcohol sales, so it's a good example.
Oh, we have that too. Well, wait. The whole monopoly?
Yep.
Like you can only buy it from government-certified stores?
Yep, or not even certified. Only the government can operate stores selling alcohol.
Oh, okay. We have something similar, but then you can also buy alcohol at some convenience store. So I think it's not the same, I guess.
See, because this is a difficult ethical conundrum. Because we absolutely know that this parasocial relationship can be damaging. We absolutely know there are some people who ruin themselves, and they are often made memes out of, like the guy who paid $10,000 to some ethot for a hug, and then she went on a vacation with her boyfriend with that money.
No way, dude.
Oh yeah, that happened.
There's one girl, Sid Vicious, I don't remember her name. Just one of her Twitch subs. She tweeted that one of her Twitch sub bought her a penthouse.
Oh, I seen that.
Dude didn't even get a proper shout out. He's the Twitch sub.
The Twitch sub.
The Twitch sub.
But at the same time, we can't simply just take away people's ability to do what they want. Like, that's the problem. We can't become the nanny state. Even though as Norwegian, I'm tempted to argue for it. The only way around this, frankly, is education. We need to tie people down, Clockwork Orange style, and just feed them horror stories of this for hours on end. Or more so, we need to teach people how to think. See, critical thinking has developed a very bad taste these days. But we need to teach people how to think actually critically. Like, okay, you can dump $100 on this woman. Will that get you noticed? Not more than for about 5 seconds, in all due likelihood. And do you want to spend your money on that? You should always spend your money responsibly, on keeping yourself alive first, taking care of your family, so on and so on. And this is where the parasocial relationship comes into play. We need to be able to identify these impulses. The same with social media. One of the reasons why it's so much easier to yell at people on social media is because your brain does not actually register the other person as a human, merely as a block of text, thereby dehumanizing them automatically. Like, we need to make people aware, especially as we are moving into an ever more online society, about the effects of what being online does. Basically, we need like instructional movies in schools. Instead of this is how you put on a condom, we need to go, okay, listen. The internet's a fucking scary place. Don't give out your credit card information. Be careful what you spend your money on. And all women are men. There you go.
Yeah, all women on the internet are men. Watch out there.
Exactly.
True. Yeah, no, that's it. Yeah, so basically, I'm doing God's work on my channel by telling people about these horrifying story that happen online.
Yes. And again, girl isn't an acronym for guy in real life.
Yep.
I love that. True.
But yeah, no, there's no way to regulate this. I don't even think a disclaimer will work because it's so artificial at that point, and you'd have to put it on literally everything, like the little 5-second blurb before every YouTube video. You are about to engage in a parasocial relationship. Be careful.
But even like, I mean, I smoke cigarettes. I have those warning signs on the pack. That doesn't stop me. I just like trying to look at not to look at them too much. But the other side of that is that the parasocial audience would probably freak the fuck out on these girls that try to do like these disclaimers. If they're like, guys, it's not real, by the way. I probably have a boyfriend. Oh God.
It's like even just putting it all the way at the bottom of the description where no one actually looks. At least it's an effort. Honestly. Because it's like, okay, say if these parasocial freaks decide, like, find out you have a boyfriend the entire time and they go fucking nuclear on you. They start stalking you, they dox you, everything else. It's like, which is worse, a disclaimer or having your life ruined?
Yeah.
It's a double-edged sword, but one side is way sharper than the other.
True, but then if you put a disclaimer at the very end of your description, it would be more so you can wash your hands and be like, well, I warned you guys. No one saw it, but I did it.
It's like, unfortunately, that's the best that you can do. Because what are you gonna do? put in your like in bold at the very top, "This shit ain't real. I'm not going to date you. Give me your money."
Yeah. It would be
for
more
a
like
woman
this
with
is...
an MLP avatar, I don't know.
That's it's gonna work. We're gonna have to find a new line of business.
Because it is inevitable, and I don't think there's any easy way to regulate against it. It's just... It's the same thing with democracy. The only way democracy works is if you have an educated populace. The only way the internet is healthy is if you have healthy and educated internet users.
Well, that's not happening. Well, that's... I don't know. I feel like the population is declining in terms of education and intellectuality.
Oh yeah, because, well, our education system is horrifyingly outdated. It was invented by Napoleon to create good farmers and merchants. It's completely outdated for what we need to do now. Like, the primary things we need to educate people on now is how does our election systems works? How does technology affect us? And how do you pay your fucking taxes?
True.
Yep.
Yeah. And how to do basic house chores, because you'd be surprised at how many things I failed at first when I moved in on my own. Just the basics, just a few things here and there.
Yeah, like,
What do you mean I'm not supposed to mix these together? What do you mean this created mustard gas? Oops, I'm in jail.
Higher education now is so... Like, if you want a complex job, you're going to have to go through so many other layers of education anyway, that the majority of, like, more complex things you learn in school, like more advanced geography or Pythagoras' theorem, you don't need this unless you're going into a very specific field. So if anything, we should shorten the general school period and just teach you how to live... And then go, okay, what do you want to be? Like, I want to be a firefighter. Like, okay, you're going to have a lot more gym practices. We're going to have to teach you, some math as well. And how not to burn to death. Have fun.
Good luck out there.
Or, best part of the thing is, I want to be a YouTuber. In which case, the teacher simply just hits the child and goes, what do you want to be?
Totally. That's so funny.
Why did you hit me? Pre-taste of what life's gonna be. Endless abuse.
Guess again.
God damn it.
Let me do a little intermission with some super chats before they pile up too much, then we'll move on to the next topics. As I see Boog here. Are the allegations of Rima and Gov Waltz true? I don't even know what this is.
No, and what is Gov Walt? But I know if there's allegations and me in the same sentence, it's probably false.
No, Governor Waltz, governor of Minnesota.
I get it now.
VP running mate. Yes.
Yes, the question is, Rima, have you ejaculated down Governor Waltz's mouth?
No. Oh, it's that guy you guys mentioned earlier.
Yes.
Oh, I get it.
Thank you for clarifying, Boog. Waltz for seaman, yes.
Thank you, Boog. Hi, Boog.
If you ever see Boog in your chat, Rima, it's time to probably make it, blocked or something.
Oh, yeah, or, pack it up and stream.
Hexy, late and Dev. Dev is still moving. Like, Dev, oh god. See, Dev comes and says, I'm losing weight. He's lying. Like, the size of that man now, it has taken him, like, a month to move houses. Like, is he shifting one chair at a time? Like, goes out, puts the chair in the car, drives over, puts the chair out, goes back.
No,
Unless
it's actually
he's
moving an
carrying it.
entire house. No, they had to cut the house around him, lift it up, and they're actively moving another one.
They're still in the process of breaking down walls to get Dev out.
Yes.
There's a crane coming along. Me.
It's like, okay, they got to do it in the style of the mother from What's Eating Gilbert Grape.
Sandoom, late. Dev's fault. Also gay. He is. Momooko, late and bisexual. He is as well. Sandoom, Arch, gotta entrap all the VTubers. Make lots of mon. All of them.
Mon.
Zonta, sorry, Lumi. The thing you brought up last week about Blackrock was commie propaganda. Easy to verify I was wrong, but you did approve Archer's point about women. But did approve. Oh.
Which point was that? I brought up a lot of things.
The general idea is woman wrong.
You know what, fair.
Ornu's been around for 18 months. V finds you such interesting guests, Art. Nice to see new people. See, this was Lumi, a tortilla in charge of acquisitions.
This one was me. I invited friend.
Hi.
Rangi, glad to see Arch has Best Horse Girl on stream. Got to know her channel through Legal Mindset originally.
Oh, Andrew. Andrew, shout out.
And Boog, it could be worse. At least it's not Anthony Birch. I don't know who this people are. Momooko again. Arch is creating a VTuber harem. Don't tell anybody. I think we need to stop bringing women on stream. It makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah, but we're not real women. We already established that.
That is
Just
true.
guys in real life.
Uh-huh.
Although I will give you the honor, the privilege, the compliment of saying that you're more female than the woman who won the women's boxing in the Olympics.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I've seen that.
I haven't seen that. I don't like sports. I only like waifus, anime.
Just imagine. It's like, okay, they are making esports an official Olympic sport for next year. Well, next Olympics. So
That's
you might
hype.
actually see some VTubers if they're good enough.
No way they're making esports an official sport.
They are.
But what games are they gonna play?
I don't know.
What if they just end up playing like virtual football? Or like FIFA? They're gonna make a FIFA competition.
So this here in the link channel is the Algerian Olympic representative for featherweight boxing, and it is a woman. Or so the Olympic Committee claims.
Okay.
They made breakdancing an Olympic sport. Yeah, I seen how Australia really flopped on that one.
She easily defeated all of her opponents, won in
Okay.
43 seconds.
Damn.
The evolution of sports.
They got stomped.
Yeah, it's like she has like some genetic defects or whatever, where she has XY chromosomes. So technically, biologically, she is a man.
Really?
Yes.
So it's like a rare case.
I haven't looked too much into it myself because I really don't give a shit about sports.
Yeah. See, this is why esports is gonna fix all these issues. You know, you don't need. Although it is like segmented, male versus female.
She's actually intersex. Yeah, she's one of the rare people that actually intersects.
Wow.
Well,
It's
you
like
see
from what
that
I know
will fix
about
all of the
intersex.
problems.
So it's technically legit, or not? Well, I don't know.
Yeah,
This is too
Sure.
complicated. I'm confused.
She legitimately is intersex.
Okay.
The thing about, well, at least what I know of people with intersex is, you at that point it is the parents' decision on whether they are going to raise this child as a female or a male, because it's kind of like, oh, got a little bit of both there. Which do you want? That kind of thing. And then as the child gets older, they'll choose whatever the fuck. But yeah.
Okay.
You see, you say esport will fix this. Have you heard about Vea Victis?
Oh,
Wait.
yes,
No,
I remember this.
Yo, that made me think of that. But yeah, that was such a flop. That's why I kind of caught myself, and I was like, yeah, actually, I remember now. I did do like female teams and boys team, and they don't compete in the same leagues. But I
Why
meant
did
it
the
more like
thing-
at least there's not the physicality that's involved in the performance.
Why do their faces look fake?
Yeah, they look
They
all
look
photoshopped.
photoshopped.
Yes, they look so photoshopped. Like, you can do good Photoshop, okay? I don't mind a little bit of Photoshop on pictures, but this is way too airbrush. It's almost like Uncanny Valley.
Wasn't there also all women's esports team, but the majority of it was transgender women?
Okay. I didn't know about that.
Well, at least they'll play better.
Because if I remember right, they're like a esports team for League of Legends. Granted, League of Legends, why do you hate yourself so much on top of everything else?
Hey, listen, I'm a recovering addict.
At least you're recovering.
Devillo, another devilish stream, another chat. By the way, given the Swedish mercs coming over, which is worse, Danes or Swedes? Swedes, definitely. Danes are subservient. They're good. Marksman 117B, MLP stream and now a horse VTuber. Arch's pony bro. I'll find back the Arch pony again. Sindus, the Resident Evil movies are fanfic, where the director gets his wife to play his OC. Well, yeah, but the rest of us get to watch, so...
Yeah. It's like whenever Rob Zombie throws his wife half naked up on the screen. It's pretty great.
And Boog, Scott also dropped Warner Brothers Studios, hashtag FNAF Smash or Pass. Listen, the only one that's even remotely smashable is Roxy. Like, the other ones are basically dudes. What's wrong with you?
What do you think the second iteration of Chica looks too much like a man?
I think all iterations of Chica look fucking absolutely disgusting, universally.
Fair enough.
So yeah, Deadpool and Wolverine got cheers when Wolverine put his mask on. We don't care if producers think it's cringe, we want to see heroes in their iconic costumes. Mortal Kombat movies was great. Oh yeah, like Deadpool had a great joke in the movie where it's like, oh, imagine a superhero costume in a superhero movie. Yeah. That was one of the things that always annoyed me about the original X-Men comic, where they actually made a joke about it. Like, why do you wear this leather suit? Well, it's better than yellow spandex. Like, no, it isn't. I'm not ashamed. I'm worried for the Lotus Eaters. Oh, they'll get arrested soon enough, don't worry.
Oh, what's going on with the Lotus Eaters?
Well, they're making it illegal to criticize the government in the United Kingdom, so they're probably up for an interesting period.
Oh, right, they're gonna have a bounty put on their heads, I understand.
Probably. Marksman 117B, bandits. They're rebels and dwarves are both in the film. Maybe that is the bait and switch idea, because they originally announced that the 7 dwarves would be 7 rebels or bandits instead of dwarves, so we'll see if they've got both.
Just wait, the dwarf thing is just like a magic spell that the evil witch put on, and then they're going to be the 7 diversity hires once again.
Oh, probably. Shadowfox2300, we got a fish taco, a Nord, and everyone's favorite horse girl.
Yay!
I didn't even know you were a horse.
I'm not a horse. I'm a fox girl. I don't know why everybody calls me a horse girl.
Yeah, no, I get it.
All the art I've seen of you makes you look more horse adjacent than a fox.
Yeah, the color palette, the general presentation, definitely horse. Ross Pendragon, greetings all, and especially my horse mama Rima. Glad to see you here. Can't wait for downfall of Nidji Sanji content.
Why?
At least you're not a hyena girl.
I actually liked hyenas from the Lion King movie.
It would make the Fuda art a lot more easier for people.
The Lixers, greetings to Fish Taco and Horse Girl.
Hello.
Greetings.
Shadowfox2300, maybe we need a Snow White movie more in line with the original tale, but very few sites will be able to play a movie because it's pretty dark. Yes, they executed the evil queen in that one by tying red-hot irons to her feet and making her dance until she died of exhaustion.
Yeah.
The Germans, I tell you.
I really like dark movies. I actually wouldn't mind having some really dark twist on the Disney movies, but I feel like they're never gonna go there.
I mean, if you
Unlucky.
want to see some like pretty decent dark Disney stuff on DeviantArt, there is a artist that shut up.
DeviantArt.
Shut up.
Okay, go on, Lumi. Tell us.
There's this artist that made dark versions of different fairy tales called Twisted Disney. It was really fucking cool. Let me see if I can find his stuff. And no, it's not inflation art. It's just shut up.
I feel like if I go on DeviantArt, I'm gonna have to parse through all kind of degenerate stuff.
Probably.
And that's where most of the inflation art is. So.
Oh, great.
Let's see. Here we go.
I learned during one of these streams that apparently there's a thriving ecosystem of Lion King inflation porn on DeviantArt. Yeah.
Of course there is.
Valuable information. Cinder says Lumi is correct. December 2024 is this December. Ban. Marksman 117B. Hello, Fish El Pony and the Mountain Tortilla. Arch. Phantom Lord Dij 07. Arch. This December is 2024. And next December is 2025. Also glad Dev the Commie is not on. More people to be banned. Caleb Knight. Hello, Taco Fish, Arch Ebold, and New Horseperson. I was confused on which Avatar movies we were talking about for 5 minutes on joining. Kick Dev. Hashtag The Witcher. The Avatar The Last Airbender. That was some good stuff until they decided to make Korra a thing.
I mean, it was nice until they made the first live action movie.
Wait, it's funny because I actually watched that. And I was like, I've never saw the original material, and I was like, it was kind of entertaining. And my chat just like recoiled, and all started blaming me. They're like, I can't believe you said that. Rewind was awful. What are you saying?
I mean, as someone who like, if you didn't watch the original stuff, I can understand how you have that. You know, oh, it wasn't that bad, and then you go and watch the real stuff, and then you're like, oh. What the fuck's wrong with me?
I thought the Fire Nations were the coolest characters in that movie, just saying. I usually like the super villains the best. Or the villains, I mean.
I mean, you are a part-time villain, so...
Yeah. Looking to go full-time. But YouTube's taking a lot of my time right now.
Oh, the Fire Nations were good, but we should all reject Zuko. Zuko was gay and dumb and boring, and we should replace him with his sister, who was great. His sister is fantastic. What was her name again? Azula, that was it. Yes, Azula, best girl.
I love Azula. She's great.
She was kind of like, she was like boss girl. Girl boss, sorry.
Well, sort of, but like she's girl boss done correctly in that she's not a girl boss in that she just does everything well. She's crazy. She's worked really hard to get where she is, and again, all women are simply made better by at least 5% mental insanity.
True. And she's striving for like her father's attention or some shit. Like, I like that she's not a perfect character. She's a flawed character, but it's also her drive.
Yep. Azula, good girl.
I know they expanded on her in the comics that take place like, you know, post animation. Which is really good. Really fucked up too. I love it.
Maybe I should watch it.
You should.
She is kind of hot here.
She is very hot. Literally and figuratively.
Zed Sausage 10 says, not Babylon B. No. Serious news. Only serious news here on the ArchCast. Silencio Steve, member for 12 months. Annual blip. Thank you. And Nightmare. The NW writer looks exactly how you would expect. NW. New Vegas? New World? Meh. Nomadic Gaming, here is my pittance to show support of Fishwoman while Arch tortures her with horrible word pronunciation like empanada and amarillo. Also glad, no Kami.
I mean, empanada, you said mostly right. You said right. So
Isn't it empanada?
Yeah.
No! No! Reba!
I usually
You're not a cat girl, stop it!
Dude, I usually pronounce Spanish words really well. Ask my chat.
Alright, NW, New Warriors, that's the one. Marksman 117B says, New Warrior author is Daniel Kibblesmith, the soy face man. Yes! I remember him now. That's who wrote the New Warriors thing, and he looks it as well. There you go.
Oh, what the hell? Who's this cuck?
There's a man who needs a safe space.
Yeah. And he needs to stay there.
Mark Hashem, New Warriors, Google is the power of monopoly. Oh, true, yes.
Yep.
Momooko, Lumi, scold me later, but I can't keep doing this in Final Fantasy anymore. I need to skip. It's a bad game.
No, stop cutscene skipping. It's bad, but too fucking bad.
I played the first playthroughs watching all the cutscenes, but then on my second playthrough, I was like, oh, I'm just gonna quit the pretense and no one fucking cares about the story and skipped everything.
Well, yeah, that's fine on your second playthrough, but this is Aqua's first playthrough.
Yeah, but then I got to the parts that I hadn't played yet and still skipped it. Old habits die hard.
Rima, I'm gonna smack you with a fucking stick. As a certified lore whore, I need to smack you.
Yeah, no, I am also a lore whore, I swear. It's just they speak so slowly. I zone out.
I mean, that is fair. That is fair. But at least don't skip through Shadowbringers and Endwalker. Because that's good shit.
Okay, I'll stop skipping.
And now we can go back to a little bit of topics again, as we still have a couple more ones to cover, though this one should be somewhat quick. The Netflix data breach that happened the other day, leaking episodes of Arcane, second season, and of the Terminator hiccups anime, apparently.
Yeah, I actually talked about this on my channel, like, yesterday. Yeah, I watched a video on it. They leaked, like, parts of the episodes of Arcane. It says that, I think it's like a dubbing studio to which they sent the episodes in these shows to get dubbed, and it says that they got compromised, whatever that means. So is it that they got hacked, or did one dude at studio was like, hey, here's some leaks?
I don't know, because apparently they leaked the entire season of fuck, what was that anime that was just made? Fuck, how do you pronounce it? Like Dandadan or something like that? And it's just like, how do you leak entire seasons, multiple episodes? It's like one little oopsie poopsie. Well, that happened. But multiple shows, entire seasons,
and some movies.
That is more than negligible. That is more than just people are getting fired. A lot of people are getting fired.
Well, that's what I was wondering. Do you think there's some kind of lawsuit there that could have happened for liability? Because surely these shows are gonna take some damage from this. But how does it work?
So. They're probably going to default on suing Netflix because I don't, like, was a company named that was, like, in possession of this, or was it Netflix themselves that got compromised?
It was a second company. In the statement here, Netflix revealed the breach was the result of one of its post-production partners being targeted, And they mention a digital attack, so hacked
Yeah.
in all due likelihood.
That company is going to be sued into the ground.
It's kind of still their fault, but I guess they could say, I don't know. I actually don't know how that works.
Well, they'd no doubt blame the hacker, so good luck getting a hold of him, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, at least from what I understood is that, well, at least for Arcane, because that was the one I was interested in. But there's also like some big movies that got leaked, animation movies. For the Arcane ones, you can't watch it in high quality at least. So if you watch the leaks, it's going to be like in 144p. like how you could watch YouTube videos 10 years ago. That quality.
Yeah, I was about to say, some people grew up on that, watching anime in multiple parts with Spanish subs right under it.
Yeah!
That's nothing. Remember
when we would watch like those movies, but somebody would sneak in a shaky camera in a cinema? I don't know how that was watchable.
I mean, we dealt with it. We didn't want to pay for it, or we couldn't access it.
We did not want to pay for it. That's so funny. I can't do it anymore. I have to watch everything in like HD or Ultra HD, or I'm gonna start complaining.
Well, it's like hell. I remember at the family video that was nearby my house when I was little. The only copies of anime that they had was bootleg copies in sketchy ass looking cases.
And they made you pay for it?
It's a video rental place. Of course they made us pay for it.
What the hell? That's not even allowed, probably.
I mean, it was before we had any official releases over here, so I dealt with it. Well, my parents dealt with it, so.
Fair.
Oh, God. Good times.
Still entirely normal in a place like Eastern Europe, where you'll see people on the street selling very clearly not entirely legit DVD copies of various movies.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen those. I bought those. It's never worth the money. It's always just a shaky camera.
I mean, that's why you find reliable people that can film very well.
There's also, I don't know if they mentioned how large the leak here, but they claim it's one of the biggest in the company's history.
Yeah, no, it was very large. It was very large. And Riot is known to have like gotten stuff leaked all the time. Like people meme them so much about it. But the rest, like the scale of the data that's been leaked from all the other TV shows, franchise, etc., is what really makes this like a large leak.
Okay, so it's not just Netflix that was affected. Crunchyroll was too.
Yeah, movie Spellbound, that was leaked in its entirety. Heartstopper Season 3. Potentially Stranger Things Season 5. SpongeBob SquarePants Plankton the movie has been leaked.
No, not the SpongeBob, man.
Oh, no.
Yeah, but the Spellbound one is the one that I've seen talked about the most, because I guess it's the biggest production movie. What the hell? Rachel Zegler is in that movie too? People keep on hiring her. Damn. Okay. Side note.
Lots and lots of stuff. Well, I don't like Netflix, so this is good. This is fine. This is happy.
You don't like Netflix? Why?
Netflix does some good work on occasion, but they were also the first people that really started stepping into the race swap thing full fucking force.
I didn't even notice. It's so like widespread now.
Yeah, they were one of the first companies to really start moving into that area. Amongst others with the Viking series, where they turned various Viking kings into black women.
What? Wait.
Oh yeah.
I watched a Viking series. I don't remember any black woman.
Was it in Valhalla?
Oh, is it the latest seasons? Because I haven't really.
Oh, let me see.
There you go.
Yeah, Netflix Vikings Valhalla.
Yep. Jarl Estrid Håkon.
Ah.
Well, wasn't she a like If I remember right, isn't this supposed to be the redhead chick that was based off of an actual person? Or is that something else? I forget.
Oh. Håkon was Norwegian king and very, very male.
Somebody said cancelled my subscription as soon as I heard that. I feel like the Viking series was falling off anyway. My problem with Netflix is they release so much stuff and like none of it is good, and occasionally they have this one good title that makes it through.
Yeah, Netflix's Cleopatra. Oh yeah.
Oh god, that was awful. That was awful.
That was great. What are you fucking talking about? That was fantastic for my channel. I milked that for like 4 or 5 videos.
I should go back and watch those. I didn't even know you covered Netflix's Cleopatra. Granted, before you fished me out of the pond I was in, I didn't even know you existed.
The One Piece adaptation, that was Netflix too, right?
Yeah, and that one was actually kind of good, because that one was largely
good.
an accurate adaptation. It's like, okay, how can we make this anime? Well, there you go. I still maintain that it's mostly anime for people who don't like anime, but...
Maybe, I don't know. I haven't gotten past, like, the desert arc in One Piece. I keep trying to finish the animes, but then every time I forget where I am, and I gotta start over, and there's just so much, there's just way too many episodes. But, you know, as long as it brings anime, or it opens people's mind about anime not being just a cringe thing, I'm okay with it. It was well done. I'm okay with it. I liked it.
I mean, it didn't exactly help with which absolute shit anime adaptation did they do? Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah, Cowboy Bebop.
Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah.
That was awful.
Yeah.
Cowboy Bebop was not good. And the worst part is they were kind of close on certain elements, at least. Like, at least visually, they weren't too far off. Like, Faye Valentine, the character, the chick who plays Faye Valentine, not bad. You could definitely make a good Faye Valentine out of it. It's just that they turned her into a girl boss. And the problem there is, Faye Valentine is a girl boss, but she is a femme fatale girl boss who uses her sexuality as a weapon. And you can't have that anymore, and so now she's just another gunslinger. And the problem is, you've already got that character. That's Spike. That's Jet. You don't need a third character that's like that.
Oh yeah, Death Note, Netflix too. Yes, with Light Turner.
I have not seen this. I don't know if I want to see this.
Watch it. It's fucking hilarious. The only redeeming thing about Netflix's Death Note was fucking what's his name as Ryuk. Fuck. Willem Dafoe was Ryuk. That was the only redeeming quality.
You know, it's hard to make like a real life adaptation of an anime because there's so many things that would be so cringe in real life that are like fine in anime. Like even the first episode of One Piece, it takes a little bit to get used to the colored hair and the characters and the cast looking like fleshies.
I mean, it doesn't help, at least with the Death Note one, they moved it from Japan to Seattle.
What?
And just hold on, let me see Netflix Death Note.
There are like 2 legendarily bad Netflixes, and one is Death Note. The other is the Resident Evil show they did. That one too is atrocious.
Oh god.
Yeah, I remember that. Oh, there you go, Rima. That's what Light looks like.
Oh no.
It is the dude from the Naked Brothers band.
Oh no.
He got the shit movies while his brother is fucking thriving with A24.
Oh my god, dude.
His brother played the older brother in what was it?
Bro,
not Midsummer, the other
bad.
one.
Oh.
A24. What? Fuck, what was the movie that came out before Midsummer? I forget.
Nobody else knows.
Shut up.
See, this is also, though, this is one of the reasons why the One Piece one actually did kind of good, because they embraced the cringe. They just fucking leaned into that cringe. And the guy who played Luffy, I'm not even going to try to pronounce his name, it's something weird. He did a very good job. So his spine must have fucking curdled every fucking line, but he didn't bend, he didn't break. He just kept spitting out one ridiculously terrible line after the other.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
here, chat
there's
wants me to
something about his
show-
character that's like really wholesome and really positive. That like if somebody was like that in real life, you'd cringe. But yeah, you can't just half-ass it at this point. You gotta go all in.
Yep, you gotta embrace that cringe full force. It's the only way.
Yeah, that's one of the first advice somebody told me once I became a VTuber. You also gotta embrace the cringe. You know, if you're an anime, you gotta embrace it. Just accept it. What is this movie trailer you just posted?
No, this is that's L from Death Note for the Netflix adaptation. They made him a black man.
What?
They made the creepy pale ass Japanese man into a black man who's ready to rob you.
Okay.
Just because he's black Lumi. Bad Lumi. Bap.
Look at him!
Bad.
That's racist, Lumi, but like I really like I really liked L's character. I like that he was like this weird ass creepy emo boy that was like super intelligent, and they kind of just ruined it. But there's good ways of inserting like other races into shows. For example, like House of Dragon, House Valyrian, they're black, and I like them. I love them in that role. Like it was perfect. It flowed. It made sense. And no one took an issue with it because the show was good.
Hold on there. I take fucking issue.
Yeah, you took issues with it?
I take a lot of issues with House of Dragons.
Well, I take a lot of issues with House of Dragons, not with that part.
I don't understand why people love it, like this show. I don't get it. I hate it.
All of it?
All of it.
Even season 1?
God, yes.
But do you like Game of Thrones?
Like is a very strong word.
Oh, okay, well, there you go. You don't like that kind of show. Just say it. You're a hater.
There are several things with House of Dragons. One of the biggest ones is the fact that it's shot in that style of modern television, where everything needs to be dark. Oh, dark. Where they take scenes filmed during the bright fucking day, and they slap on a grey filter to make it look like it's the middle of the night, to the point you need to shove your nose up against the screen like, what is that? Is that a dragon or a black pixel? I can't tell.
No, it's realistic. It's called realism.
Realistic. I don't... Bitch, this is a show about dragons. I don't care about realism. I'm gonna see what's on screen.
No, because the other side of it is like, okay, I made the same criticism about another show that came out about ancient Rome, and I was like kind of upset because it was bad, and I love ancient Rome. And it was made by the director of The Day After Tomorrow, and that guy is just too good at making really clean shots, but this is ancient Rome, so everything looked giga fake. Everything was too clean, too pristine, too beautiful, and I think you need things to be like not so, beautiful and perfect all the time for it to look good. Yeah, I like that shot. I don't see anything wrong with that shot.
It's dark.
This was filmed in broad daylight?
Yes.
Yes, it was filmed in broad daylight. You can tell that there was a filter slapped over it.
Yeah.
Okay, usually you film those scenes in cinema during dawn. Like the night scenes, you film them as the morning sun rises, so there's like a little bit of light, but it looks dark. But it's very hard to fake.
The thing is, you say it's realistic. I guarantee you it's not. Those scenes were artificially darkened like mad. I did videos on the first season, and I put it in Vegas, and I just increased brightness and contrast. It looked normal.
Yeah, true. It looks too bright, though. I'd turn off the lights a little. I think I'm just too used to sitting in the dark.
Okay, here's the thing. I love Steve Toussaint as Lord Corellis. He does a great job, But the entire idea of Black Valerians is absurdities. Like all of them are described as incredibly fair-skinned, silver-haired, and suddenly it's like, oh yeah, we forgot about those sub-Saharan Africans there. There were a bunch of those there too. Yeah.
Yeah, but they look cool with the white dreads.
You're weird. And Queen Rhaenyra, the realm's delight. She's supposed to be so goddamn beautiful that you look upon her like, wow, the entire realm is begging for this woman hand. She looks like she's a misformed fetus, okay? This is not good.
No, dude, she is the realm's delight when she's young, but then in the story she becomes like fat from all the pregnancies and she's not that beautiful anymore. Doesn't she end up not... She's ends up... Actually, I'm glad they didn't make her like in the book. I don't want to watch some like ugly maid character prance around. I think she looked alright. She wasn't like beautiful like Daenerys Targaryen was, but she's a little bit more like tomboy than Daenerys Targaryen, so I didn't mind that she looked more tomboy as well. But I've heard a few other people raise that critic too, that she could have looked a little more like alluring.
I mean, the other chick's hotter. The one that starts the Hightower one. She's more attractive.
Yeah, I liked her too. I mean, she has a big forehead, but I liked her. Yeah, she was what I like about them is the acting and the cast. You know, when we were talking about bringing in new X-Men and new actors that are like not known into a spotlight, I feel like the Game of Thrones and the House of Dragons franchise, or the cast directors are really good at finding hidden gems. Like that guy with the eye patch, where the fuck did they find him? He looks like his face is so sculpted. He's like I don't know, he doesn't look like he's from this world. Like, where do they find these actors?
Oh no, the acting director just has an enormous fetish for foreheads. I guarantee
Really?
you. Oh yes, Prince Damon, Matt Smith, the largest forehead in the business, played an excellent role in the series The Queen as well.
Yeah, I know. He played
His
it
forehead's
too
really
well.
shone in that role.
Yeah, he does. I kind of didn't like him in that series because I didn't like his character. So I was like at first disappointed that he was gonna play Daemon Targaryen. But dude, he nailed that role.
They hammered him up as a little bit too much of the bad guy in The Queen, which was still a good show, but a little bit too much.
I don't like what they did with his character in the second season, because Daemon is supposed to be like super loyal to his brother and Rhaenyra, and anyway, I don't want to say too much. No spoilers.
Oh, and yeah. I hate how predictable the show is. I hate that. Every dragon fight, I can tell the outcome before it even starts. When the little dumbass dragon is running away from Kaijumon, and he breaks through this clouds, and he's like, oh my god, I'm alive! And then Kaijumon comes out. Fuck you.
Yeah. My problem, especially with season 2, is that like they hint on a lot of stuff, but every episode didn't move fast enough. So like I knew what was gonna happen. It takes 4 episodes for them to get through a plot point. I knew what was gonna happen like 4 episodes before. So that was annoying for me. I think the pace was too slow, but not because, oh my god, I want action. It's because I want to see, political tension. I want to see like the chessboard game that you're supposed to play in Game of Thrones. And I didn't feel like I got that. I feel like there was more of that in season 1, and not enough in season 2. Especially since Allison kind of like gave up halfway. I was like, okay, well, who's our rival now?
Well, nobody. Because they haven't built up a rival.
Yeah, that's how it felt.
But I'm happy that we can agree that House of Dragons is a terrible television show.
No, it's not terrible. It's relative.
It's terrible.
It's terrible relative to the expectations that were raised. It felt really flat.
Yeah,
you
awful.
also didn't like Game of Thrones, and that was good. Now you're gonna tell me you didn't like Lord of the Rings too.
Rings of Power? God, yes.
No, not Rings of Power. That was awful. Wait, that's starting soon too. That's gonna give some new content for your channel.
It is starting soon, isn't it, Lumi?
Oh yeah, you're
Shut
gonna
up,
choose
I don't
that
want
one.
to watch it. I
That
still
was-
need to finish season 1, and I'm halfway through.
Yeah.
I'll watch it tonight.
Yeah, I
Just
don't
needs to be
know.
ashamed of itself, all of it.
I don't know how you can ruin Lord of the Rings so much.
Well, that's simple. You just add in a little bit of ideology. Actually, there's a good segue. So, how can you ruin sexy photos? Well, simple. You take them out of one game, and then you have the website who does that going, oh yes, thank God, we've finally gotten rid of that pointless sexualization in the video game. Also, by the way, did you know that you could fuck the bear in Baldur's Gate 3? We really liked that. It was a genre-defining moment.
No way.
The current year.
It was more important than you think. This is a clickbait title, surely.
Oh no, they actually make the argument.
What the? And they want us to trust and read game journalists.
Yep, so taking pictures of pretty ladies, that is bad and is evil. It is appealing to the heteronormative gaze. Fucking a bear, however, well, it's certainly not heteronormative.
You know, I hope it's modded back in. I know it'll be modded back in.
So
But, like,
sexualizing the bear is fine, but like sexualizing women is not fine.
Yes.
bestiality is better than heterosexual relationships, I suppose.
What is the world we live in? It's like almost dystopian at this point.
Oh, we've been living in a dystopian hellhole for a while. It's just that we don't have any of the cool shit like flying cars or body modifications.
Yep. Well, we have body modifications, but that's just cutting off your genitals. That's about it.
Ah, transabled. I remember the man who believed he was blind, so he blinded himself.
I mean, or the woman who said that she was black, so she made herself black.
Because why not?
Yeah.
Hell, we've had this earlier. We had a black man who was like, I really don't like black people, and I'm rich enough to become white. His name was Michael Jackson.
Oh my god. They turned Baldur gay too? Wait, what do you mean? I haven't heard of that.
Oh,
Somebody said that in
Baldur's
chat.
Gate. They turned the character Baldur gay.
Oh. Oh, there's
Yeah.
actually a character named Baldur. Damn, it shows that I've never played that game. I suck.
There are 3 Baldur's Gate games, Rima. As you can see from the 3 next to Baldur's Gate.
I totally knew this.
Rima, I love you so much, but dear God.
But
VTubers, everybody.
I don't have time to play games.
It's okay. You do docu-style videos. You have an excuse.
this also then leads into the final big topic, which is the give us a chance thing that has been going around now. So there's both Take-Two is like, oh, give Borderlands a chance. It's not that bad. It's that bad. It is that bad. It is numbingly bad. Physically numbingly bad. Same with Silent Hill 2. It's like, just give us a chance. I know we've made most of the characters less attractive, and we've given the female character a big pudgy little bun face, but give us your money.
I mean, hey, at least inside of the article, it gave an appropriate reaction image.
It did.
That's a good reaction image. If you have to beg your audience to watch something or support you, it's really like a cold take, but that just means the content's not good. You know, the whole pity thing, it just never you don't want people to pity watch your things anyway. You'd want people to watch your content and your creation because it's good and they enjoy it.
If pity watching is on the same level as hate watching, in my opinion, just don't do it.
See, the thing is, all of this loss of trust is from a very long-term perspective. Like, because they've put in less and less entertainment and more ideology in the entertainment. And so now, if people get even the tiniest whiff, if your female main character has a slightly like pudgier or squarer face, if you add in that man jaw, people are going to look at it and go, oh, I recognize this symptom. I know where this leads now. I'm not going to watch your stuff.
Yeah, it's like, no, that's so true. And it's just because people are so fucking tired. And sometimes it is even annoying that people jump to conclusion a little too fast. But you know what? It's a compounding issue. It's not like a single thing that's made people so upset. It's just the constant things that keep popping up that are frustrating audience.
Yeah, it's been going for years. So now people have recognized the symptoms and so on, and they see them.
Hell yeah.
And so now the companies have relegated themselves to begging, which I just don't think is really going to work.
It's so pathetic.
I don't think it's going to be a winning strategy. Like, bruh, trust us, bruh. Like you have done nothing to earn anyone's trust.
Exactly. I read this article by a game journalist yesterday. Well, I watched a video with that read the article. Yeah, fuck reading. But it's like they were so frustrated at audiences for not trusting game journalism, and it's like, well, why should they? Plus, you complain about them all the time. It's game journalists literally get one guide on cooldown, and decide to write an article about it. It's not cute.
Well, that's the thing. Like, games journalism back in the day used to be about things like reviews, because reviews were valuable when you had limited amount of money and you had limited amount of information on gaming. Like, we didn't have the internet. We got our information through a gaming magazine. That was a valuable service. Now, well, I get most of my information via YouTube, so that's already fallen by the wayside. Covering the games industry, then, that could still be a valuable service, but with all of these companies bought and paid for, because if they don't give positive coverage to Bethesda's games, they will never receive another Bethesda key as long as their site is alive, that too doesn't exist. So they're not providing us with reviews, they're not providing us with industry coverage, and what coverage they are giving us is, it's pretty sexist of you to like taking pictures of women in Dead Rising. Thank you.
It just makes me like groan every time I see these titles. Like, why?
Like, by the way, would you like to have sex with a bear? Like, no.
I'll pass.
I mean, I guess Larian, answered the question of would you rather be alone with a man or a bear way before anyone even asked.
Yeah, and so now that they've finally arrived at the logical conclusion of, wow, we are going to lose so much money. Let's beg. If that isn't a sign of an industry in decline, I don't know what is.
No, but nobody should ever even give them a single pity view or chance, because they need to learn the hard way, and we need to vote with our wallets on these things. It's the only way. Money is the only thing they're going to understand, and I'm just hoping that they learn their lesson after a few $1 billion go down the drain.
Oh yeah. I mean, I will quote one of my favorite individuals on this, Joseph Stalin. Weakness in and of itself is a provocation.
What does it mean? What does he mean by provocation?
Rima.
What?
Rima. He means that he... Hold on. Do you know who Stalin was?
Yeah.
Okay, good. See, the point is, if a country is weak, that in and of itself is a provocative action, because then you will be invaded.
Oh,
yes.
yeah. Based.
I was about to say Rima is about to learn about Joseph Stalin through me gifting her the hit game Sex with Stalin.
Oh. Right. Okay. Is it a visual novel? I've actually studied most dictators for my dictator trope that I have on my channel. That's how I know about Stalin.
Most
Oh, very
dictators.
Hmm.
What is your thoughts on the Austrian painter?
Oh, I haven't studied this one. Should I put him on my list?
God damn it.
Rima, I love you so much. Do you know the Austrian painter?
Wait. I feel like I didn't totally understand this reference.
Are we sure we have studied dictators?
Listen, I've studied them after they've risen to power. I'm not interested in their childhood.
American education? No, she's not American. She's Canadian.
I'm Canadian. It's worst.
The Austrian painter Rima is Adolf Hitler.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I forgot that part.
Poor little Hitler.
Sorry, Adolf.
He tried so hard and got so far, but in the end it did not even matter. Forgotten already.
We all love our horse.
Oh.
But yeah, this is obviously a sign that the industry is it's realized. This is two things. One, it's a sign of weakness. It shows that Take-Two and Silent Hill remake people, they know they're making a product that people don't actually like. They are now aware of the fact that people don't want them to take a female character and make them less attractive. They understand, but it's too late in the process to do anything about it. And even if they wanted to. A lot of the cases, this is actually ideologically driven, where they go, real women don't look like this, we need to make her pudgy and fat. Like, hey. And they also know that this isn't popular, and it will sink their game, and so they get desperate. Like, oh, please, just try it. There'll be other things that'll totally be cool or something. But the audience won't have it. They just will not anymore. And so now the companies are going to have to either produce a product that people wish to purchase, or die. Personally, I hope for the latter.
But even girls don't want to play video games with girls that look like that in the games.
I like to look at attractive women in my
Yes.
video games. That's why I play Stellar Blade.
Yeah, and even my other female friends, even the ones that aren't like seeped into internet culture, because you could say, oh, this is just like a gamer take or whatever. No, she also doesn't want to play games with ugly characters. So
Everybody does not want to play games with
Yeah.
ugly characters, but
Yeah.
they want to fill the box.
yeah.
The new Fable main
What is
character.
this? Oh,
Who's
what
who's
hell?
the man on my screen?
Like, nobody wants to play this character. This is a terrible character. And yeah, it was created by this political idea that, oh, it'll look like a real woman, but nobody plays a video game to play real life. They play a video game to play something cool, something fantastical, amazing, to go on incredible adventures, not to play an ugly chick.
Yeah, and also they're basically. It really says a lot about how they view women. They probably think all women are naturally ugly. Like, what the fuck?
Well, on the inside, perhaps.
Yeah, only on the inside. We're evil creatures.
And of course, like they've known this for a while, but it didn't matter. They were trying to get stuff to sell. It did sell for a while before people learned to pick up on the signs. And like you mentioned as well, it can be annoying that people overreact. Like again, X-Men 97, good show that was then doomed because people didn't watch it because of the actions of the creator. And some things will have to be sacrificed this way, but I am more than willing to kill off a few sacrificial sheeps if the rest of the industry will finally get the message loud and clear.
Yep.
There you go.
That
Have
was
the
the,
summer update for Stellar Blade. And it was lovely.
There's the beach update, and there was that game, Mecha Breakers?
Wait, what happened to her swimsuit?
That's what the swimsuit looks like.
Okay.
It is so nice.
Yeah, it is nice. So this is fine, right?
Yes.
Okay, this is an example of a good
Yes.
way to do it. Okay.
This is why I like looking at attractive women. This
Yeah,
is why
yeah.
I like watching the jiggle physics.
Yeah, exactly.
Mecha Break. That was the name of it, not Breakers. So this was the a new game that came out very, very recently. I think it actually entered into open beta the other day, which has a very good character customization that allows you to create pretty much whatever you want, and a lot of people are creating attractive female characters, weirdly enough.
And I too love hot women in my video games.
Mm-hmm.
I think it reached something like 150,000 concurrent players recently, like a ridiculous number. Let's see, I think Boog was talking to me about this.
She's hot.
She is very hot.
That's a customizable character?
Yes.
Damn. People are good with those tools.
It's always the Asians that are really good at this with the tools. The Americans, not so much.
And the game is being rewarded for it. It's being played by a whole heaping ton of people. The same was with the Last Descendant game recently as well. Attractive female character saw it rocket to the top of the Steam's charts simply because people now are so goddamn starved of female characters that look female that they'll play pretty much anything.
I mean, even games when I was young, like the female characters in it were hot. Like, I'm thinking of old games. Final Fantasy X. I thought the female characters in there were cute and hot. There was like that girl with they were like kind of sexy. Not all of them, but still, they're still pretty. Same with what is it you're showing on screen?
That's the game.
That looks good.
I just requested access. I just requested access for the closed beta, and I got approved instantly.
Oh,
it's
nice.
on Steam, Rima, so request access.
Yeah, I will.
It's a cool looking game. And again, they understand what the people are wanting. They also, this was an interesting thing. So a lot of people are complaining about banned words in chat. And it wasn't the usual ones, like, the hard R's, etc.
The slurs.
Instead, they had banned things like Trump, apparently.
Oh.
Probably because they don't want politics in their game?
That's what
No.
Like normal people? No?
They made a statement on it. They had hired a third-party company, a Western company, to create a banned word list for them.
No.
Oh.
And they added that to it?
Yes. So this was a third-party English company, because English is not their first language, because I think they're Chinese. So they were like, okay, shit.
That's what I was wondering. I was like, wait, what?
It's we don't know what you fucking weird-ass Westerners find offensive, so shit. We'll farm it out to a company, and, they happened across the wrong one, apparently.
Isn't this a prime example of, like, localization? It's not, like, in terms of subtitles, like I usually see it, but still, it's, there's a lot of subjectivity into the ban list that they submitted to the company.
Yeah.
And they probably didn't approve that.
Because they trusted this localizer company to be like, okay, we have no idea what you fucking faggoty listeners find offensive anymore, so just, ban the words.
Mm-hmm.
And they did, and then people are like, hold on, this is really weird. Why can't I say Trump? Like, well, because some Westerners found that offensive, apparently.
Imagine not being able to say Trump in video games when, like, a lot of memes are centered around him.
And
also, if you ban one, you should ban all of them, too. You shouldn't just ban one politician.
I would love if they would just have uncensored chats again. Because, God, it's a video game. Holy hell, who cares? I remember the chat in the old War Game Red Dragon. Oh, God. You load that up and War Chat is just like, so, I think we should exterminate the Jews. Then another person goes like, good idea, but I'd like to start with the Muslims. And the third person goes like, hold on. What about the blacks? Like, okay. And another day, they're also going like, so whites are probably the main problem here, right? Every time you load up Wargame, they're in there talking about the most absurd shit you can imagine. And it's just funny at that point. But we can't have this anymore. We must censor our in-game chats because some people might be offended by a chat they can presumably turn on and off whenever they want.
I mean, yeah, well, if it's a Chinese company, though, it's kind of like, what do you expect?
Well, there's the funny part, isn't it? In China, you go to jail for criticizing one person. In the West, you go to jail for criticizing persons.
Yep.
It is an interesting perspective. And again, giving the audience what they want is actually really important. This is something that Helldivers has been failing at now for so very goddamn long. So, either of you play Helldivers?
No, you have to tell me about Helldiver. I just see all the headlines, but I didn't follow, so I'm gonna listen.
I used to play Helldivers. I really liked Helldivers. Hell, it looked like they added the fucking really large dudes that we were hoping was. It's such a cool game, but no, their fucking community managers fucking suck. They keep nerfing weapons for a PvE game. They need to stop micromanaging, get rid of their community managers that are actively harming their community.
The community managers are awful.
Yes.
One of them uploaded a piece of furry art on the Helldivers 2 Discord server. This was an official moderator. Then people looked at that and like, well, furry is rather controversial. So some people reacted with a vomit emote. Those people were then banned by that moderator. And it became a rule that you could not react with a vomit emote or a thumbs down to furry pictures.
What? That guy is a furry at nighttime for sure.
Oh yeah. They also started banning right-wingers exclusively, whilst allowing the left-wings to say whatever they wanted. And, of course, the nerfs. That's probably one of the biggest things for anyone not politically aligned. The fact that they continuously make weapons worse and worse in a PvE game, because what Arrowhead wants is for every mission to be you on the edge of your seat, barely getting off the world, etc., to be constantly overrun. Whereas what the gamers want is to kill a lot of dumb space bugs and get their rewards. It's classic, like, player versus developer mentality. Because the developer is like, this is my intended experience. And the player's like, I don't care. I don't play a game. My way. Fuck you.
Yeah, why do devs always have such a huge ego? It's almost in the same category as game journalists.
It's just like, it's so sad because the players and everything, you gave the game a second chance after the whole Sony debacle. And it's like, it should have been smooth sailing from there. But no, they just keep shooting themselves in the foot, and they're eventually going to shoot themselves in the head. Because it's bad. I loved the game, but I can't keep supporting a company like that.
Yeah. They had an incredible success on their hand, a game that they could have milked for years, and they have elected to slowly but surely choke the life out of it.
That's so sad. They probably spent so long to work on this game too, and so much resources, and now it's just all down the gutter. And for what? For like some weird ass ideologies. It's a game too. Why does everybody want to make it like somewhat political or about something else than the game itself?
Yeah, it's dumb. But hey, it's made by Swedes, so it can burn for all I care. Oh well, another game dies. To quickly be replaced by Korean video games with hot characters.
True. Lost Ark had some really hot characters. That only came out like 2 years ago, right? Year and a half ago.
It did, and really good gameplay too, because Lost Ark understands that what's fun in these games is killing lots and lots of enemies.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Lost Ark was very good.
Yep. I mean, there's like, you can't totally make it super easy for players. And I do think that devs need to be like innovative and think outside of the box, but at the end of the day, it's the player base that's gonna play your game. So you also need to cater to them, obviously. It's a balance.
Yeah, you need players to actually play your game.
Yeah, that's a good start.
It looks like Kotaku is bitching about Lollipop Chainsaw being uncensored.
Oh.
Good.
Well, because Lollipop Chainsaw is just a remaster and, like, you know, quality of life update from the original, which I've been waiting for this game for so long. So they're not censoring outfits. They're not kicking Tara Strong from her voice role of Juliet Starling. So that's going to be another one people are going to be pitching a fit about. They don't care about people's sensibilities. They're releasing the game how it was in 2012, just with updated controls where it's not as janky and other quality of life stuff. So they can fucking suck it. I don't care. I'm excited. It's gonna be my personality for about 3 weeks.
Okay. Link?
Yeah. Let me get the Kotaku article. I seen Vara covered it, so I will find the article.
Hopefully, it will be terrible.
No! Shut up! Let me have one good thing, Arch. I just want one
Everyone
good
must
thing.
be miserable.
He wants Lumi to suffer.
There's that, and just because I feel like showing it, that this is my stream thumbnail for when Lollipop Chainsaw comes out.
Oh, it's really nice.
I even got a custom logo and everything. I am owning the title Lumi Pop Chainsaw. The other Lumis can fucking suck it. I did it first.
The creative direction in that game looks really cool.
James Gunn was the original director for the game when it came out. So of course it's gonna be wacky and stuff. It's gonna be great.
Well, that's one possibility.
Shut up, the game's gonna be good.
The other is that Lumi will finally learn a valuable lesson about pain.
Shut up. You're just mad because the picture doesn't have feet.
They're bitching about the price being too high.
Yeah. It's only $45. It's like every other game is...
It's like $70 now. Every other game is like $70 minimum now. It's like, jeez.
Who's heading the remake? The entire team came back except for James Gunn and Suda51. Granted, Suda51 has gone down a downward trend in quality for a while, it seems like. James Gunn is a busy man, so it's just literally taking the original and remastering it. They're not changing anything except for the songs they no longer have licenses for.
We should bully Arch into playing the Lollipop remastered Chainsaw.
Yes, Arch, you can play Lollipop Chainsaw with me, or you can just use my footage and say it's your own. I don't know.
That is one possibility.
Why is Arch so miserable? What's the biggest thing that they've taken away from you, Arch? Why do you want us to suffer?
They're currently in the process of taking all things. Strategy games are dead. Warhammer 40K's on the downswing.
Like 4X games?
4X games? That too, I guess.
4X? Yeah, they are kind of dead, actually.
Yeah.
Are you excited for Space Marines 2, Arch?
Paradox is hurting me. All my good little autism simulators are slowly dying. Ah, well, such is life in the modern day.
He lost, go easy on Arch Rima, he lost 40k. Wait, what did they do to 40k? Warhammer 40k? Everybody praises that game all the time.
Oh boy. You just started, Arch, go ahead. You can yap. 40k's your baby.
Female custodies, first and foremost. They're not supposed to have vaginas. They're not born with them. It's wrong. Because they're supposed to be the good guys, obviously.
Oh.
No, it's getting more and more politicized, which I was hoping to have something that didn't have politics in it, but we're not going to get that.
No, we're not allowed not think about politics for one goddamn second.
It's like Warhammer 40k already has female factions. They have the Sisters of Battle and the Sisters of Silence. I don't get why people just want more and more and more and more. The Sisters of Battle are fucking badass. I don't know why they want female custodies so bad. Female Space Marines or female everywhere. They're trying to say that it's not diverse enough, but the Space Marines are incredibly diverse in terms of skin colors of men.
And it's not for fan service.
If your fan service is blood and gore, yes. But
well, for some it might be.
It is for me.
Filthy degenerate.
I am. That's why you keep me around.
Question mark.
Hey, for every weird egg sex toy I bring up, you bring up butt babies.
The butt babies were pretty interesting.
For context of the butt babies, Rima, it's to let trans women have the experience of childbirth by shoving fake butt babies up their butt and like it's a shit.
Yeah, it's almost the same.
More or less.
No, not really.
That's probably how it works, right?
As someone who went through 12 hours of childbirth, no. It's not.
Thanks, guys. I hate it.
You're welcome.
I hate this mental image. Yeah, I hate this mental image.
With most of the major topics out of the way, I guess I'll start in on the list of the Superchats then, too.
Yes.
Once I've opened up all the little dumbass windows. Nomadic Gaming asks, did you ever see the show Powers on PSN? Incredibly good casting, writing good source material years and years before Invincible, but sadly unknown. Oh, Powers! Yes, I remember Powers. Yes, that was a TV show. That was actually kind of good, yes. It was like The Boys before The Boys.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah, even The Boys sucks now. That was my tidbit.
Yeah, we did a review of the most recent season.
Oh, you guys did?
We did. It was...
They lost me. And I'm not too sure why. I don't know what... I think it's... Maybe there was just too much gore. Like, too much of the same things going on. And when there's too much, then it doesn't feel special anymore. But I'm not sure if that's really...
No, it wasn't that. Gore I'm fine with. It's the piss poor writing. It's the trying to mock the right way to, like, they're trying to mock the right, but doing it in like the worst way possible. They're trying to be so in your face about it. They did really well with the jokes in the first couple seasons. But now it's just like, oh, you see Firecracker here? No, this is just Marjorie Taylor Greene. It's like, but I don't want to see Marjorie Taylor Greene. I want to see superheroes. I don't know. They said, oh yeah, this is mocking this person, and this person. Specifically, that's what
they said that?
Yes! They have said in articles, no, we're specifically mocking this person. It's like, please don't say that.
Yeah, I always thought The Boys played on, the two political factions fighting each other, and they were mocking the whole thing. But once it shifts to just to being a criticism of only one side, that's a little bit less interesting.
It's like, in my opinion, and I've brought this up before, with the whole scene of Homelander being found not guilty for his trial stuff, I think they had the next scene filmed in two ways. One where he was found not guilty, and one where he was found guilty, depending on how Trump's thing went. Because it would be so easy just to, change the scene of which side instigated the fight. So I think they had a just-in-case scene if they had to switch it up.
Oh, okay.
I've seen shows do it before.
Yeah. Like alternate endings.
Yes.
Zerify Water. Never mind the Lumi slander. It's Archley. That's the filthy mud pony lover. Also, we don't need any more normies ruining anime. I want anime to stop being mainstream so we can have cultured entertainment again.
I agree.
I will have you know that my pony is magical. Somehow.
You're still a mud pony, though.
See, the problem is I had my pony designed before I understood the pony lore. Otherwise, I would have made it a magic pony.
Just shove another unicorn's horn in your head and just absorb the power. Like a lich.
Maybe.
I mean, it has the N-word on it. It's pretty magical.
The power of the N-Pass.
And Mark James says, the industry's suffering has become our amusement. Yes, and a far better source of amusement it is, too.
Oh, yeah.
Killjoy. Far too many zeros for me to bother counting. Arch, I recommend looking at Teal Deer's Rumble channel. He has some videos going over the occult origins of feminism. For some reason, YouTube wouldn't allow this message to go through. Well, that's because feminism is indeed based in witchcraft, more or less. Yeah. Women are based in witchcraft, more or less.
Yeah.
True.
I mean, how do you think we can survive while bleeding for a week at a time? Sometimes longer.
Never trust anything that bleeds for a week and doesn't die.
Exactly.
Life wisdom. Sujad, the modern audience is a literal white whale. Yes, dragging the industry down to its death along with it. Dark Lelushka should have gone with Silk due to shared spider sense. Make Horny Root would have been more interesting, shrugs. But that would have required straight male lead. Ah yes, they cancelled the Silk TV series. Now, to be fair, Silk is hardly a particularly fleshed out character. She is pretty much pure horny bait, in all due honesty. But, as I choke on my own spittle, something I have only recently started developing a superpower to be able to do. This should be the easiest character to make a successful television show about. You have a hot Asian girl in spandex. And they were just like, oh yeah, we just can't find a way to write a script around this. Like, damn. How? Oh well. Sometimes it's just too difficult to make horny bait in the modern era.
Mm-hmm.
Gosh damn. Now, where did I put all my lists?
What? What list?
Lists.
Lists?
Lists.
Of what?
Like, Superchats.
Oh, I don't know.
Nightmare. 90s Madame Web was voiced by Stan Lee's wife, Joanne. He met her in the series finale and called her an exotic woman. Oh, boy.
Huh.
I know what that meant in the 90s. Sentinel Rex. I mean, I've already stated on multiple occasions that if Lord Arch requires it of me, my sword of Ort may his reign be just and his vengeance swift. Good. Dryfee, don't worry, Arch. You're our little lore whore. I don't like that term. It offends me. Shadowfox2300. Once upon a time, yeah, I agree, Arch, but a lot of them have changed that. This is why I wish there were timestamps associated with Superchats, because now I'm like, what the fuck was this about? Blaystone, hail Arch, our Brony Lord and Savior. Hi, Tuna Lady. Looking forward to Arch's fursuit, pony suit Arch. Keep up the great work. And Witcher.
The day Arch gets a fursuit, I think is the day he'll want us to take him out behind the barn. Old Yeller style.
Do they sell pony suits?
They do.
Ooh, we need one for Arch.
Let's see. Pony suit. Oh, that's not what I thought about. Ooh. Boy, yeah, that's not...
Did you find the BDSM gear?
I did, and that's not what I was intending.
You add fur before the suit.
Pony fursuit. Okay. Your expertise is as usually appreciated.
Oh my fucking god, it's not expertise!
I don't know about that. There we go. Pony fursuits. They look fucking awful. You know, the regular fursuits look better than this. Like, that just looks terrible.
That's why you go to Japanese people, 'cause they make way better fursuits than Americans do.
Alright, but this just looks lazy and terrible. Here you go, chat. You asked for it, you'll see it too. I mean, that just looks wrong. Yeah, no, I don't like that. See, some of the fursuits, at least I can appreciate the artistry behind them, you know? When they've got built-in fucking cooling systems with fans and shit, like, okay. You've basically built an Iron Man suit, but really, really gay.
It's true. I mean, some of them are really high quality. It's kind of insane.
Yeah.
I mean...
It's almost impressive.
I think we had this exact same conversation with you, Remo, over on the T podcast.
Yeah, like... that's where I learned that furries were like some of the richest people or something.
It's like, these are some Japanese fursuits. They look a lot better.
Suspiciously rich furries. I know one of them. His name is Buckymus.
And the last one is super cute too. Both of them are really good. Why is there a correlation between having a lot of money and becoming a furry? Like, where's the breaking point where suddenly you're like, yeah, I'm under all of this pressure, and I think I'm just gonna go out and pretend I'm a cat?
Oh, it's really simple. It's the alleviation of taboos. See, for most normal men, a crazy taboo sex act would be putting it up somebody's bum. That's the most ridiculous thing they can imagine. But once you get rich, that's no longer that big of a problem. And so, your fetishes evolve. And if you sometimes get really rich, you know, billionaire rich, well, then we get Epstein's Island.
Oh no! Let's hope they don't get that rich.
It's the march of progressivism in its fetishized form.
Yep. Are we looking at V's collection? No, we're not looking at V's collection.
I don't see. I believe the owner of Fur Affinity was arrested or died recently or something. So I think V's old Fur Affinity account is no longer there.
I think V's too busy with his game.
We'll go back to the pretty woman with the abs instead, I think.
No, you get Mr. Hands. No, I just forgot about Mr. Hands. Why do you gotta bring this up again, chat?
Consensus. So, Zaporozhye nuclear power plant is on fire. Wonder who could benefit from Chernobyl 2.0. Witcher. Well, I would say that the Ukrainians and the Russians have both deserved a little bit of nuclear fallout at this point. Why you hating? Just got out of Deadpool vs. Wolverine. The pendulum is indeed starting to swing. Even in Disney, they mocked feminism in the film MLP Smash or Pass. Why'd you keep doing this to me?
True.
Mama Oko. All my fans know I am a Babiniku, and oddly it makes the men want me more.
Babnikus are men who use female avatars.
Of course you know this.
I didn't know what it was. Akko had to tell me what it was.
I also learned that recently.
Women are just fonts of degeneracy. It's kind of weird.
Speaking like you're not one, Arch.
I'm not. I'm wholesome. Listen, you can't find any lewd art of me out there. It doesn't exist.
Okay.
Occasionally you might have something.
You didn't say you couldn't find any lewd art of your pony, though.
The worst that exists out there of me is probably of White when he struggles to draw males. That's about it.
I still can't get over that fucking thumbnail art. Dear God, why?
What is this?
It was when he was doing his Pokemon Smash or Pass.
I
That's
will
funny.
teach that
Oh my
little
god, I also
Polish
did that.
fucker how to draw men at some point.
Did you also smash almost every Pokemon?
Nope.
No, he didn't.
Oh.
He even passed on Lopunny.
Too popular a character. This is weird. Weird people. Weird people and your weird fetishes.
Chat, find arch porn. Yeah, chat. Any arch porn you can find, just post on Twitter and tag him directly.
True. We need some R34 of Arch Pony.
Racewind VT. The fuck did I run into here? Jesus Christ on a crutch. I thought this pony shit died back in 2007. You can't try to drag me back in. Ah. No, we'll see about that. I actually have a surprising amount of pony... I was about to say pony porn. I actually have a surprising amount of pony art I've had drawn, as every year on April I make a lore video about My Little Pony as a joke. This has come to define me now.
Oh.
Perfect.
Perfect. Only this one. It makes her look a little bit grumpy.
Oh, good job, Nightmare. Nightmare's bringing up Stable Diffusion for loot art.
This is so funny.
Charlie Spur. No, Rima would never betray me and get a boyfriend. That's crazy talk. I agree. Jackson Kai. Mr. Beast is basically how much money can we make if we forsake morals, objectivity, and possibly the law. And turns out it's a whole lot of money. Yes, it does indeed turn out that way.
Yeah. The Mr. Beast stuff, every time, other times people have tried to cancel him, saying like, oh, he's not actually altruist and all of that, and they never really had anything to sink their teeth in until now. And now it's like his whole image, the whole illusion of him is completely shattered.
Yeah, he's that creepy uncle bribing people now whilst hiring pedophiles.
Yeah, exactly.
And Sanddoom, don't forget Kibbs's pony, OC. Got to show it. I don't even know where Merith is. I don't have Merith. See, this is the power of chat. Okay, so Rima talks about the parasocial relationship. It does go the other way as well. As I used to know a man, a boy more correctly, frankly, who was like, I am male, but he has slowly but surely been turned into a female. His chat has transed him.
Really?
Oh, Kibbs?
Yep. He is now known as the anti-vax ANCAP cat trap.
Yeah. The fact that Kibbs' chat is like, hey, we'll give you money if you transition is fucking wild. It's like, fuck. Finster. It's just like Finster.
Take the HRT and put on the programmer socks.
The programmer socks?
Yes.
Okay, I don't know. I don't know if I want to know about these.
Dreyfie, you put a giant black N on it, man. I mean, come on. Yeah, for Norwegian. Like Reverend North says, yeah, say the N stands for Norwegian, but you all know, wink, wink, no, it stands for Norwegian, because I'm Norwegian, you little racist, you. Problem is, I only see that N as a placeholder for a certain ace of spades with a Q in it. Oh, prepare. Oh, you little dirty whore. I hate you now. Ban. Ban. No, report for abusive content first, then ban. Harmonic Drive. Rule 85. If it exists, there is a pony of it. Atomic Heart Pony plushie. Yes. Mass Effect Tail, of course. Bionicle, please. I will say, the My Little Pony community is remarkably driven when it comes to the production of its erotica, so, good on them. Why are you hating? Investment companies the size of Blackrock need to be outlawed. May Google lose their third lawsuit in September? Well, see, that's the thing. We do have rules against companies growing to that size, but we never actually apply any of them. And so, well, nothing happens.
Yeah, that fucking sucks. It's kind of scary that some companies are getting stronger than countries.
Oh, yeah.
Entire countries.
Like, BlackRock manages $10 trillion of assets. It's richer than quite a few nations.
Yeah.
That is the problem. ShadowFox2300. The one thing that gives me hope that much won't change was that Fubuki said she would leave if shit goes in a direction that she doesn't like, and once she leaves, how many do you think will stay? And considering she is one of the main pillars besides Sora, most of the girls could leave without losing much of their fan base at this point. Yeah, they do have some leverage, threatening to walk out the door. Still, though, I am of the firm opinion that every man on Earth and woman has a price tag attached to them somewhere. Mm-hmm. And those VTubers from the major corporations, they are earning a lot of money.
Yeah, I had that argument with somebody before, but they kind of brought in a good point, which is, well, maybe this is more accurate for indie VTuber. At a certain point, a content creator, they can earn so much money, but then their focus starts to shift from money to clout, and that's kind of like the thing. Like they start hard focusing on viewer numbers, and they still care about it, even though they could just as easily retire and live like super well. Also, what the hell is this photo?
Hominy Drive. A lot of Brony community feel parasocial as well. I know that people found a connection and many friends, but many are lost in the idea of the perfect pony. Oh. Nightmare Blackrock is ref. They're buying up all the houses, so you will live in the pod, eat the bugs, own nothing, and be happy, or else. LCP Anime Guy. Oh god, we truly are in the end times. Hollow plus Blackrock. Yes. And Charlie Spurred, no, we are Rima's little pug champs. Don't listen.
True.
Rasmus0211, a coin for the Lawmaster. Monday looms. It does. Marksman 117B, chat turned Rima into a horse, like they turned Kib into a woman. Ooh.
True, my chat has gaslit me into being a horse.
LCPL Anime Guy, only visitors to the VTuber world are left-wing. Dark Lelouch Arch, teach these girls the glory that is service guarantees citizenships. Have either of you read Heinlein?
No.
Of course not.
Shut up!
I'm not even disappointed in you. I expected it. See, Robert E. Heinlein is a fantastic author. He wrote a book called Starship Troopers, which I consider to be required reading by now. Everyone must read it. Once I finally take over the world, it will be required reading.
Mm-hmm.
It will cure you of many of your worst degenerative sides, like your fursuit fanaticism, for example.
I'm not! I have never actually seen a furry in real life, so leave me alone.
Yeah, she's only been looking out through the lenses of her suit. She's never actually seen herself in the mirror.
No! I'm too poor for that shit! For one, and two, no! They're icky, and they usually smell weird.
She knows what they smell like, chat.
From Twitter!
The hole grows deeper as she digs.
I am going to fucking kill myself, I swear to God.
So long as you make sure that you, pass the fursuit on in your will, those things are expensive. Oh, God.
Yeah, and who knows what the furries do in them.
That's actually a little bit scary. Imagine your grandpa dies and you're going through his possessions and you find this huge, elaborate fursuit. Like one of the really fancy ones with like ventilation inside, the little LCD cameras and the lights and stuff.
It's almost like a Fremen suit at this point.
Yeah, like it's got a recycling system down the butt in case. Wow, that must be quite the experience. Stutters, member for 2 months. Quite far behind, but hello, Arch and chat. What's the crack? Hope we all had a good weekend. Also, hello, Lumi and Lady Guest. Lady Horse, actually.
Lady Horse.
Multrazan, Arch-chan, I sent you monies. Notice me, hugs me in Norway when? Coughs. See, I've already had 2 weird female stalkers in my career. I don't need a third. No, actually. Looks at Lumi. 4th.
Hey, I don't stalk you. If anything, you stalk me.
Don't know about this.
Yeah, he only has you on the show for the diversity quota.
Kind of. Like, I invited Lumi on one time. It's like, hello, Lumi, would you like to come on show? Lumi's like, yes. And then like, Lumi, come back. I'm like, okay, I guess. Lumi, stay. All right.
Hey, people like me, surprisingly. If they didn't like me, I'd just go cry in my hole.
She started to redecorate some part of your podcast here and there, like women do when they like subtly move in.
I got a title and everything, and now I'm starting to actually bring people on. One day this will just be called the Lumicast on the LumiTube.
LCPL anime guy. As I became a VTuber, eventually I'll leave a disclaimer. I live in a state with castle doctrine. Ammo's expensive. This is your only warning. That works too.
I do live in a state with a castle doctrine, so I'm good.
Yeah, Wisconsin.
Shut the fuck up! Leave me alone! You can't let the Illinois people know where I am. God.
Bug5654. Ethought Arch sells the Norwegian world dominance fantasy. Keep Latin X fesh. Hashtag kickdev. Fesh. Not fish, fesh.
Fish.
Momoka, I want to throw up on behalf of Rima now. Little.
Very good.
LCPL anime guy, the fat electrician made a video about how the IRS doesn't care if you're a criminal. So long as they get their money, they won't arrest you at all. What the fuck, IRS? Well, of course. It's not their jurisdiction. Dreyfy, I suppose it only got worse with the advent of the internet, but technically, didn't former President Reagan get shot by a crazy guy, Hinckley, who had a parasocial relationship with Jane Fonda? Oh yeah, parasocial relationships have always existed in one form or another. Like, because it's how we humans, like, how do we put it? Like, our brains need to connect everyone we know to ourselves in some way. So it's like, oh, that guy who runs the fish stand at the medieval market, etc. And most of these connections are, of course, incredibly shallow, like that weird woman who opened the door for me, and so on. But people that you interact with often, or even just, hear often, you will build a larger connection with them, because your brain will be like, oh, I recognize this voice. I need to start building up the lore about this voice.
Yeah. In fact, the word parasocial was coined in a book in the 50s. So it's not entirely like just an internet event, but it surely bolstered that dynamic.
Yeah.
Like the internet did with a lot of things.
It's just your brain trying to hurt you.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you're trying to sleep and your brain goes, hey, remember that time in 5th grade you did something embarrassing? Let's think about that for a while.
Oh my god, I think about it all the time. Why are those the only childhood memories you remember? The embarrassing ones.
Johnson Smith. Art, I realize chat thinks of Dev as Baron Harkonnen. You see him as friend. Does that make you the Ixians or the Merchant Guild? Latter. LCPL anime guy. UK people evaluate their government. Bought, I don't. The US took you guys long enough to throw off the shackles, so when will you start getting stuff from us? The UK should definitely commit to Cromwellianism, I agree. Stephen West, Arch, now that you have a fox on, what does the fox say?
Con.
So far, it's mostly just been speaking Canadian. The Sober Viking. Natrix is a wonderful dark artist. I guess that was Lumi's little fetish artist about evil princesses or something.
No.
Mercenaries anyone? So, closing ceremony for Olympics is happening. I didn't even know. Mind you, my dad is German and loves the Olympic because it feeds into his addiction to normality delusions of the world. Addictions to normality delusions of the world. Syntax. The Sober Viking, and no Dev. Illunis, have you seen So no Frieren, Witcher? Not yet. It's on my list of stuff to watch, so eventually. Matson Miller. Trailblazer is Dora the Fridge Explorer. That's true. Mama Oka, Arch, new funny thing to call Lumi. Blanca Queso. Queso?
No.
Queso?
Queso.
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 Artemis Fowl. Congrats on Arch for finding a masochist co-host to replace the Canadian. I heard she wants to watch Rings of Power voluntarily. Definitely a strong, independent Latinx, Southern Californian femoid.
Who?
I hate you. I'm gonna find out where you live and I'm gonna fucking beat you with a shovel, I swear to God.
It's worse than that. She volunteered to watch Borderlands. Like, she asked to watch Borderlands.
Oh, I did not!
Oh, you did?
I asked to watch the Crow remake, excuse you.
I think... Did I delete that chat where you did this? Let's see if I can secure the evidence.
Shut up, no!
Ah, bingo.
God damn it!
Right, time to leak DMs. This is why we need to be very careful. This is why we need that teaching video about how you should never post anything on the internet, because the internet is forever. Shadowfox 2300. Lol, Middle Eastern sellers of bootleg movie was the only way I could keep up with shit coming out in theaters while on deployment in 2017. Fair enough. That is a good point. Lord Commissar Spartan. Tangential VTuber news. The other two tubers on the stream will probably share more, as there's too much lore for a super chat, but Bungo Taiga is still being harassed. Anti-statist fund.
Oh yeah, the whole Taiga situation is still so fucking wild. It's like, Taiga has a stalker that has been mass reporting a bunch of their stuff for like, what, 2 years at this point? Somebody
Wait, for 2 years?
Yeah, it's been 2 years. This all started with false accusations coming up about them. Nuxtaku and a couple other people saying, oh yeah, this is true. And then once it was disproven, Nux is like, oh yeah, I'll make an apology video. Never did. Ignoring everybody. But also Nux is a piece of shit anyway. Taiga got their YouTube channel completely taken away. Then it came back, and then it got taken away again. Just, it's a whole thing that I know very little of. I've just been seeing the most recent waves. I need to look into it, but
I don't think the stalker started stalking him because of the accusations. From my understanding, he did something that he criticized Taiga somehow. Taiga's community reported him. He got like a strike. I don't remember. It was something so fucking stupid. He got mad because Taiga's community reported him, and then he retaliated by, and I assume he's running a script, like a mass report script, so he can report so much, because you can report a video like a bunch of times. It's not going to do anything. But if you run a script and then it gets reported enough, it might. And Taiga received 2 strikes for sexual content. But he didn't take them down. Most people usually, when they get a strike, then they tighten up everything. That's why all the Sanji VTubers clean up all of their ASMR stuff, and before Mirai as well. And then he got his channel taken down. He uploaded it to YouTube. They gave it back to him for a single day, and they took it down again. And the problem with YouTube is once your channel's deleted, it's very hard to get customer support, and it's finding a flaw in the YouTube system itself. There's like a huge revamp that they need to do. They need to add additional tools for creators, because the way it's done is dog shit.
Let me reconnect you real quick, Rima, because you're breaking up a little bit. I think your Discord is starting to freak out.
Oh no!
I think Discord is dying because Arch sounds kind of similar, but not as bad.
Oh god, Discord is dying. The whole of Discord is dying. Everything. It's over. Let's see.
Back, I think.
Back? Yay!
Yeah, I think back. Yay!
Okay. It wasn't me, it was you two.
Yeah, sure. You sounded robotic too. Yeah, I was just saying that the YouTube, it really pointed out to the flaws of how YouTube operates, and they need to set up tools for creators to better defend themselves against false accusations. And also, obviously, that stalker guy is psychotic, but we really shouldn't give him. This person definitely wants to thrive on notoriety, so we really shouldn't give him the attention that he wants.
I mean, hey, at least the stalker's Twitter is now suspended, which is nice.
That's not gonna do anything though. It's just,
Oh
he's
yeah,
gonna make another Twitter account.
Yeah, it's one of those things where, at least on the stalker side of things, you just need to ignore them. Because they thrive off of attention and negativity and all that.
And they also claimed that they were the reason behind another channel being taken down, and that's not true. A lot of trolls like that, they'll whenever something happens to somebody else, they'll attribute it to them causing it to get this notoriety, and I suspect that he does that too. That's why I think when we talk about Taiga, we should really just focus on, him getting back his channel, him getting back on his feet, and criticizing YouTube for letting this happen in the first place.
Yeah, I think Taiga started a GoFundMe to sue YouTube, I guess.
Yeah, and he's amassed already. Sorry, I think he goes by She now, but he's amassed around $10,000 on the GoFundMe, which is quite good.
Oh yeah, I just opened it up. They're at $12,000 right now.
Wow, that's great.
Suing YouTube, a bold move.
You can't sue YouTube, but she could sue the person who mass reported him. And they have his info because that person got doxxed like just a few days into the controversy. So it should be easy for a lawyer firm to be able to contact him.
Sindus, for One Piece, read the manga. Anime is too padded. Well, there you go. Dryfeed never saw Bebop anime. Outlaw Star, I grew up with. Bebop anime is pretty good. Charles Hanson, Netflix also cancels good shows. I recommend everyone watch Archive 81 despite getting only one season. I can't watch shows with one season anymore. It needs at least 5. Yeah. Norse, Arch, you should really discuss House of Dragons with Mauler and his crew, or Nerdrotic perhaps. Would be fun to hear you argue with them on House of the Dragon's merits. Well, they're clearly blind and or retarded. 1 and 2. Weird. Where do each of you see Hollywood in 5 years? Hopefully as a nuclear crater like the rest of California during the Chinese Wars.
I hope China takes California first and just blocks it off, wall it off. We don't need a wall around Mexico, we need it around California.
John McCanna. I don't have any tongue twisters today, so I'll just complain about Superchat's predictive text, meaning you have to write everything at least 4 times before it gets it right. Well, deal with it. I don't have to. I'm on this side of the interaction. I don't have to write. I can speak. Weird. Rima, if you want voice acting and a possible VTuber, watch Baldemort. Arch, get her to hear one of his videos.
Okay. Baldemort.
Yes,
Check
Baldemort. Ross Pendragon, catching up to stream at the part where you all mention hyena girls. They are a market worth tapping into. Maybe Hololive Gen 5. Also, Rima, the reason for the horse allegations are simply because of your ears and tail looking more horse-like and the color palette doesn't help. This is true.
Yeah. I'll admit to that.
Alex Adamson, have either of the co-hosts played any of the Valkyria Chronicles games? If not, I suggest them. Series just popped into me head randomly. Witcher.
Okay, I'll look into it.
They're a bit weird, but they're not bad, actually. I did play one of them. Blackfoot11 says, I like Lumi. Can I have a part of her spleen? Yes.
I can give you a scale that I shed.
Dreyfy, I thought about watching X-Men 97, it looked pretty good, but then I saw the lead guy was crazy. The show might be fantastic, I don't know. And that is the same thing that many people did, which fair enough. At a goof, bring back Metal Gear Solid 4 photo mode. You can't have photo modes, you might take pictures of women with them. No, not legal anymore. Sujad, the EU is being invaded by Islam, doing nothing but live off the back of natives, grape, and kill them too, but at least we're not speaking kraut. Thank God. So if I were to Archley, your pony has a giant N and conveniently 5 stars above it. I'm spelling a certain base word. Norwegian. And Zidofowit again. Also, I'll be real with you, Archley. If you bring Nux on, that's an ArchCast I'll skip. He backstabbed his audience on the lolly question. I look more favorably on the communists than him. I don't even know who this is.
I love when people try to dictate who you, Never mind. I'm not gonna say that.
War Turkify. The only good games journalist is a self-employed one, because they will have to endure righteous fury of gatekeeping to have clout. Yes. Sujad, I tested the Trump, Biden, etc. earlier. You can post Trump 2024 earlier. Can my prior 2 superchats also be assigned to Witcher as well? Yes, once you summarize them for me, because I'm lazy. Just at me in the chat. I'll probably see it. Maybe. Spam it, if you can. Insane Linguist, Western localizers all have a TDS, no exceptions. This is why Japanese companies have been replacing them with AI lately. Yes, AI is the future with this shit, absolutely. It's getting remarkably good, AI. Like, AI music is getting very good, AI voice acting is getting very good. Another 3, 4, 5 years, and we will have perfected this to the point where somebody can probably make an entire movie, studio-quality movie, in their basement. These will be the good days. And then I can reveal to Lumi that I've been secretly recording her this whole time, and that she's being replaced.
Shut up.
It even says tortilla correctly.
Tortilla!
Lucian, the iron blood shall conquer. Glory be, loving my Axis waifu boats. Yes, Azula, good game. Dreyfy, like we said, they call you sexist for liking TNA, but then they find out they are into the most hedonistic gay shit ever, from furries to diapers. Oh yeah. Well, this is the safe horny thing. Their fetish good, your fetish bad. Simple as. Insane Linguist, if you want a video game comeback story, Dark Tide is a good example. I have still not played the new update. I don't know if I will. Lucian, R34, please take hold of Lumi's Lollipop story arc. Sentinel Rex, get Lord Arch a unicorn hat to wear on stream. Yes, if you want to buy me that, I will accept a unicorn hat with a peacock feather. Sentinel Rex, get... Momooka, I'm rich and I'm not a furry. 110%. That means she's a furry. Insane Linguist, so just how Slaneshi corruption progresses. Yes, exactly like that. Sandoom, for very, very generous, $50. Thank you very much, sir. Luma, with an R. Luma, then your name. I need you to hold Arch to listening, read Fallout Equestria. It's a good read for a fanfic, and I want Arch to suffer through it. Hashtag Fallout Equestria Fund.
Fallout Equestria, what the hell?
See, she doesn't even know. Your shield is ignorant of what you wanted to do, Sandoom. But you know what? You know what, Sandoom? You could probably get her to do it.
What?
Shift your ire, little friend. Hurt someone else for once.
Wait, there's audiobooks?
Apparently they're very long.
What the fuck?
Fallout Equestria Fund.
Fallout Equestria? What?
Brandon, make 40k fringe again. Get these plebs off my lawn. I agree. Harmonic Drive, even BDSM pony suit got hijacked by the woke. Ask me how I know. It's really just surreal to see these drones cosplaying as drones. That's terrible.
How does he know?
Probably because he likes to be the guy who, like, drives the cart behind the little pony suits.
Or maybe he's the one with the bit in his mouth.
Nightmare. BRIB firing up stable diffusion for Lewd Arch. There is no way. Yui Kagane Lumi, watch out. Bart said smash on the fish.
Of course.
Magikarp? Throgman, was there any update to the Spaceman 2 trans writing controversy? What's your thoughts on the game going forward when September hits? I think they backed down on the supposed thing that they were the main writer, and we haven't heard anything else, and supposedly the leaked gameplay is good, so let's hope.
All I know from recent news is that they canceled their beta for people who pre-ordered the game. So there's no playtesting.
It's a little worrying. Blaystone for a very generous 100 Canadians. Thank you very much, sir. To make sure I'm giving our Brony Lord and Savior Arch the same or greater consideration as Lumi during her birthday stream. Here's some money. Hi, Barch. Hi, new horse lady. Hello, incest fish lady. Oh, and least I forget, Witcher.
Hello.
That is she, incest fish lady.
I'm sorry that the incest game art is good.
Incest fish lady.
Boog says, Rima, seriously, how many gallons did Walls chug?
What?
Don't mind. It's just a good reason to ban Boog, that's all.
Yeah, you told me is that a guy I'm supposed to ban on site?
Yes. Dangerous individual.
We love you, Boog.
Jacobus Peace Citizen. I wouldn't be too sure about Heinlein. Have you read Glory Road? Felonids are acceptable. They are. Marksman of 117B. I love that when Arch has two women on at the same time, domestic incidents spike up. Tortilla fish and horsepower prove Arch true about women self-defeating. That is true. Like crabs in the bucket, they try to drag each other down.
Well, he invited us so he could sound smarter, clearly. You know, two women.
I like the fact that you put it that way. Mercenary 21. Normality, delusionals of the world equals is my dad thinks what they say on the news Fox is 100% true and real. Also, I tend to not play The Witcher. So on the Lich, Fish, Feet, and Horse Girl on the Temple of the Bridge God. Truly a blessed Sunday. Tunwin, don't let that horse role-playing as a fox fool you.
No.
Shadowfox2300. Oh god, I know Rima was a robot horse. Yes, a little bit of Discord there.
I can't believe people are paying to say that I'm a horse.
Well, of course they do.
Briefers.
They pay for the weirdest things.
Oh yeah, well, that's true. What did I expect?
Mercenary X21, YouTube/Googles has some of the worst lawyers possible, according to Razorfist. Tiger Boy is going to win.
Oh, really?
Oh, good.
Wait, so he is suing YouTube?
Yes.
No
Tiger
way.
is suing YouTube.
No way, I didn't know about this development. Wait, that's huge. Okay.
We'll have to see how...
Yeah, I'm curious.
We'll have to ask Legal Mindset on his opinion on Tiger's chances.
He's going to need more than $10,000, I'll say that much.
Yeah.
Ben Grogan, the thing with Rima that makes me think horse girls are thus. 1, the ears. 2, her hair highlights makes me think mane. And 3, the size queen allegations. Oh boy.
Okay.
Size queen, huh?
Okay, that was just... I did one hentai tag tier list.
Uh-huh.
And that's all people remember from it.
It's the hentai tier list that always gets people. That always starts.
Mm-hmm.
That is the beginning, and people never let you live it down. I haven't done a hentai tag tier list yet.
I was gonna ask, is this how you got the incest allegations?
No,
I guess not.
No, it's just because of the art style of my avatar right now.
Oh.
Granted, fictional incest is hot, but like...
Hey, yo, Targaryens?
I will have to put up a fund on doing a hentai tag tier list on stream.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I'll do it for the low price of $400.
See, that would be very simple. I'd just put NTR at the top and everything else at the bottom. Done.
Oh no, you're an anti-R advocate. That is such a controversial topic on my channel. Like, people are so passionate about defending NTR and also about like tearing it down. It's so funny.
NTR is the thinking man's fetish, because nothing is better than watching a anime harem protagonist get cucked repeatedly.
Oh my god, my viewers would love you. That's so funny.
NTR supremacy, yes, chat, yes. So, Remy, do you measure, like, holding up your hands and, like, it has to be thicker than your wrist, or do you, like, just bring a measuring band?
No. The argument that I said is that, like, in prawn, like, there's a size that's like, you know, it's kind of the norm and it's standard, so I kind of expected a size in my fantasy prawn and hentai. That's it, okay? I don't actually have a measure. You know what? I'm gonna stop talking. I feel like I'm digging myself a hole here the more I say.
Denies owning a measuring band.
Yeah, I don't have one. Do not have one.
Alex Adamson, the mention of Fallout has reminded me. Everyone should watch Sodas's Fallout Sunburst animation. It's going to be amazing when it's done. Witcher. Mr. Twisted Frenzy, hey Arch, how would you rate the 2007 Ghost Rider movie? I already watched it recently, and I have to say it wasn't as bad as I remember, though still question the choice of Nicolas Cage as the writer. I barely remember it. I don't think I enjoyed it very much. Because I watched it like once, and if I'd never rewatched it, it was probably not great.
I enjoyed the 2007 Ghost Rider because it was just fun. I haven't watched the remake because it doesn't look as fun.
Mama Oka, at least it isn't Black Dot. That's true. See, this is one of my arguments about lazy NTR. Lazy NTR is just blacked. That's not interesting. You have to build a story here, a universe. You need to get me immersed.
Apparently NTR artists are the best too.
Of course, there's real passion there.
I watched a whole video yesterday, and it was like the top times and gacha fan base got NTR'd in the games, and it's like people that fall in love with those gacha characters, and there's like a love story or a male character that gets introduced on the screen, and the fan base like freaks out.
Boog sent me a picture of his sex toy. I had to put it up on screen.
Nice.
Boog!
At least he's put in the effort, you know.
Yeah.
You know, at this point I'm not even surprised either.
You know, he was asking Dev to send him his toy horsecock, presumably to mount onto this thing so that it could mount him.
No, the mental picture.
Boog, why?
And thus Boog was indeed penetrated. Penetrated by Celestia's kindness, I guess.
You know, I'd be less surprised if like the horn wasn't like squishy, if it was just hard.
Aha.
That
You're
you
already
could
thinking
really
about the logistics, aren't you?
True.
God fucking damn it. Fuck, I'm gonna stop talking. My free speech needs to be revoked.
Yes, Lumi looks at the giant My Little Pony sex pillow and thinks, if only the horn was harder.
Stop.
Yeah, she did.
God damn it.
Yeah, she's thinking of it from like a sex toy conglomerate business view. This could be the next big thing.
Sandoom, I shall never surrender, Arch. I will get you to read Fallout Equestria, even if I had to fund it myself. You will be enlightened by its greatness. Listen, Sandoom, first thing you need to do is, you're on the Uncapped Cat Trap server, aren't you? I think you are. If not, just find me on Discord and get me a link to how long the audiobook is, because then I can figure out how much I'm going to have to extort you for. That's the first step. Oh, and keep a track of your donations for it, otherwise, water on the bridge. No one says, fun stream, have coins, and keep building the harder of degens. We know exactly what you're doing here. I don't know. See, I'm questioning my choices. If I'm building a harem here out of individuals like Lumi, who looks at the My Little Pony hug pillow and thinks, horn. Is this good? Is this beneficial? I feel like Lumi might be disqualified from even the Saudi princeling harems at that point, and they have porter parties.
Oh God.
Jazz of the Spark. Hello, it is I, a black man. I am ready to rob you, Lumi. Yes, that was very racist of you, Lumi. How dare you?
Hi, Jazz. Love you, Jazz.
Lumi has a rather judgmental mind. That's her problem.
Shut up. It's genetic.
Amon Pax. The YouTube bot says that Nux may be Taiga's secret groomer since Taiga was 15. The YouTube AI tool to summarize chat was a terrible, terrible idea.
It always does the weirdest things.
It's fucking...
It's great.
It's awful.
Oh, I also looked at the Fallout Equestria audiobook thing. Yep. It looks like it'll only eat up about 2 hours or so of your time, maybe a little more.
Only 2 hours? I was told it was like 100 fucking hours long or something absurd. But find that out, Fandom, then we may talk. And with that, that is all of our super chats for today. So we can wrap up. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you for super generous donations, and thank you, Rima, and Fish, I suppose, for being here today.
Thank you for having me. I actually had a blast. You know, you're all right funny, Arch.
I try.
I'll have to drag you back for another episode sometime, Rima.
Yeah, I'd love to. Thank you for bringing me on over, Lumi, since this is probably going to be your channel soon. Bring me back.
First the channel, then YouTube. It'll be rebranded as Lumi too.
You know, if I'm ousted by the incest-adoring My Little Pony horn-fucking woman, I will just take it on the chin and leave. I did not deserve this position. Quietly retreats to an edge of the internet, never to emerge.
Be forgotten.
At that point, I can only hope that I'll receive the mercy of being forgotten.
Oh, God damn it.
But yes, it was very fun, and thank you both for hanging out today. And good night.
No problem.
Anytime. Good
to
evening.
you, chat.
Good night, guys.
Bye, chat.